before this tournament started.
And not only that, when you are the first seed and you get to jump across the Swiss stage
Oops,
without playing,
fuck.
you also get to see what the other
Oops,
teams are
I should be
playing.
back,
We're talking
guys.
about a PRX that has played 6 out of the 7 maps available already in the matches that they have played. So there is a lot of tape to prepare against them.
Yeah, a lot of VOD to work with there if you're G2. But of course, getting more, focusing on some players here. You got Trent, who really did dominate Bangkok Stage 1 on that Tejo, and of course, had that 100% pick rate on the agent in the stage. But Mimi, we have not seen a lick of Tejo all throughout this event.
I would argue that Trent has been the best player of 2025. If they won that map 5 in Bangkok, I think he deserved to win MVP at that tournament.
Yeah,
he
I think
was
we were having that conversation,
best player
right?
in Stage 1. Yeah, we were. He was the best player in Stage 1 in Americas. He was incredible in kickoff as well. But the big question is Teo. That's going to be gone.
Was it Tejo or was it him? You know?
I think it was him,
it's
because he was incredible when he was a Sova player back in the day as well. But for me, Bea, I think G2 was the best team in terms of meta read of the Teo meta. Now, it's a question of whether, into whatever this new meta is going to be, if they can be on top again.
Yeah, but we're speaking about a team that has proven so much. Like, the synergy that they have between them has been over the charts. Do we think that the Tejo is going to be a make or break for them? I also think how that is going to affect the way the Jogamo has been playing, because we've seen a lot of Euro from that. In fact, it's everything that we've seen besides the Waylay as well, since Bind was out of the map pool. So I want to see if maybe changing things around, that means a little bit less Euro, getting a little bit more experimental.
From the early stages of this tournament, it seems like we're going into kind of a controlled double smokes type of meta. And I think that fits G2 really well. They already play a lot of double smoke comps, even with the Teo meta. Trent is a world-class Fade and Sova player.
Absolutely.
I think for most of their comps, they can literally just swap him over to one of those roles. And then the biggest question...
Thank you, Tish279. Thank you very much. Sorry. Yeah, the scroll bar thing. Sorry. Let me...
Back on the Raze, back on the Neon, especially that Neon, which has looked so good for teams like Gen G.
Exactly. If we think about Texture and the effect that he's been having.
Earlier on, we asked you for our MasterCard fan poll. Who do you think's walking away with the first dub here in playoffs?
Any quotes
The
today?
results
Yeah.
are in, and you all said
Yeah. Victoria should be... is welcome.
The crowd, everyone went, ooh, ah. Yeah, did not expect that one, Mimi.
Nor did I.
Nor did you.
Are you going to mention? No, because of time zone people are awake, no, Mimi?
No.
That's
This
like
ain't
so false here.
this ain't a time zone thing. They all just voted.
I think that is also result-based, because we still have not seen G2. We have to see how...
Bro, it's not result-based. It's just that there's a train.
Even though they almost nearly lost, I think it's very easy to be a paper girl, paper boy.
It is. I do think the biggest strength for G2 coming in is that they have had a ton of time to prep, that they have a really incredible coaching staff to come into a new meta, that they've been great at double control before, but there's still always questions, right? When you have to change up everything, when you still haven't been seen, versus a team that, well, Rocky Road has been on an absolutely ridiculous run throughout the Stage 1 Pacific playoffs, and now here at Toronto as well.
Yeah, it's okay. That was a fascinating poll there.
Sorry, it's been a busy week. It's been a busy day.
US out there right away, because you got a gun. You got two buddies. Excuse me. Player titles, bragging rights.
That's so cute.
All of that is on the line. Make sure you go out there and.
It's been a hot day.
Easy peasy.
I got a drink.
Don't miss out. Free stuff.
I haven't got any water.
And let's go ahead and see what our talent predicted for this matchup. Well, okay, so for both matchups, we ended up getting a lot of Sentinels fans, but Kukuka, you holding the 4 for XLG, same thing with Wyatt and Sue?
Listen, I am scared, because as you've seen, Achilles is 10-0. He must be Nostradamus.
Yo, he's got to stop, man.
I think that today he's going to be stopped, but as you were saying, XLG for me, I am so sold after what we've seen for the Chinese teams. I'm jumping on that train. I'm just leaving everything behind, not even carrying a backpack with me. They've convinced me. I am the easiest person to convince on Earth, but that's true.
I struggled to be sold by a first-time all-rookie roster with a sub as well, but they were great in China.
Best storyline, Mimi. Best storyline.
I'm just mad that Achilles is in first with that smug smile in his picture.
I can't believe he's 10-0 after that group stage.
Unreal. The man's a wizard, clearly. All right, folks. Well, we're done the yapping. We've talked about what we're going to be seeing here today. But let's go ahead and get this playoff started, shall we? It's G2 versus PRX. You got XLG versus Sentinels. Day 6 of Masters Toronto is going to be starting right now.
PC Club. We have tournament in PC Club and it was like no one knows us. And then we win Ascension. And then after Ascension, we start in kickoff, but we lose to EDG. After this, we practice a lot. We told ourselves we need to go Masters round, and we now are here.
I'm very hyped. We made playoffs.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Sin City are back.
A lot more progression than from Bangkok, so we're on the right track. I think we showed some good resilience, and I think we made it entertaining at the same time.
Being from this TCN first seed, we came here to prove ourselves, so we want to show we are ready.
John will definitely have his hands full, but any team we play, he's going to do his homework and he's going to do his thing, and you know he's going to lead us to victory. No matter
who I got for XRG, Sen. I feel like Sen should start playing some real Valorant, but
last time when we chose G2, it didn't go our way.
Like Sen were able to like dust off the cobwebs a little bit, I feel like. So like they should look better. Like it felt like Sen were playing at their worst, not at their best. And so if you roll the dice again, surely they're gonna hit like a higher number than their lowest performance. But then if they don't, then it's GG.
I mean, he stole the trophy from us.
This could be it. Another chance for Jing. It's all over.
XRG is week 2 with no U. Why do people seem to think this U guy is like the be it or end all though? It's not like he was a star player. Is it because his
hitting insane shots lately, but this time we're gonna shoot even harder.
It's our standard at G2. We're built for lifting trophies.
Why is no one picking Teo? Because it was nerfed. It's really bad
It may
now.
not seem like it because we don't have the international one, but eventually it's gonna come, and I think it's gonna be this time.
Versus PRX.
Ooh. Siggy said he has sets at Ragawal. Okay. This jersey's cursed. The other jersey's in the wash.
And here
How many chances out of 100 do you think PRX will win today? Guys, I didn't think we were beating Team Liquid. Like, I thought Team Liquid might have been favorites in that game, so... Like, and G2 are the team that I think are the best at the event.
Last time these players were in front of a North American crowd.
I'm a pessimist, guys.
It was Dojimo stealing PRX's trophy away from them. They thought it was going to be the last match for Jing. They came back. They had their lows, but now at another global for their revenge.
And then we look at this Omen map select. We're going to see that Split is going to be our first map, picking up by PRX. I'm surprised because we
G2
saw
veto
in
Sunset.
Americas, G2 actually picking this map a lot. So I hope that they have a good read. Of course, we expect to see a G2 without that Tejo. But as you were saying, Mimi, that double controller that has fitted most of the teams is going to be fitted also on the side of G2. As I said, 6 out of the 7 maps already shown by PRX in
Lotus,
this competition. So I'm very excited to see how that starts off.
Yeah, both of these first 2 maps for PRX are going to be their Yoru Raze double duelist compositions. I expect
don't hate it.
want to play a really different style here.
I don't hate it.
Balance teams have been excellent.
Obviously, it could very easily be a G2 2-0. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It could very easily be a G2 2-0. But these are PRX's. They're just very comfortable maps for both teams. Very comfortable match for both teams.
Is still probably one of, if not the most busted agent in the game.
You cannot be scared
Why
when
no
you play
pro?
against PRX. You need to face off against that aggression, and I think that having the Euro and having Jogamo, he knows exactly.
Nah, G2 banned Sunset.
We're seeing it in the video. He stole that trophy for them. And I think that today he might know exactly how.
Why is
to play
Anders not in
against them,
Toronto?
and
Because
also do not
they're
let them
assistant
get into your
coaches.
head. We also saw PRX taking a little bit more time in that huddle, just having
Using
that
Anders the
final
way
words,
G2 are
because
using
they know
Anders is
how
probably the
important
best way
it
to use
is.
Anders.
If G2 are to live to expectations, this is not going to be easy for PRX.
The only thing that should have been said at the end of that huddle, don't let go of the gas. Don't let go of the gas. That's my assessment.
That Team Liquid game in the Swiss stage to qualify here for PRX.
Who was that next to Josh RT? Their assistant coach, Shaq.
They should have won the split, and they should have stomped on map 3. It had to go to OT because they let off the gas. They started making mistakes. They have to show a much more focused.
I'm very interested to see what composition G2 will play. There's two approaches I think. Well, there's three. The first approach is they go back to their breach fade, which I don't think Anders would be the biggest fan of. The second approach is going for like a Sen 24 kind of comp, where they do Viper Cypher, probably with Yoru Fade, and then the third is Raze. Raze Yoru.
It seems like might be getting jog on that raise here, right? But we are going to be getting nothing really that different from what we've seen from PRX.
From G2. Remember, it's live now.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, look at that. I'm old, everyone. I'm old.
And like Leaf plays a Raze, which is weird, but
and this comp works perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Jogamo going on the race.
We saw Breach.
Change, right? Speaking of him, just playing the Euro constantly.
I think they play. They are.
That change, that would be interesting. Still, the hovers, they just
the hovering is weird.
Yeah, potentially, but
I get very nervous seeing hovers.
About Jogamo on the race. I mean, sorry, Jogamo on the Euro. He's also played the race plenty of times.
Okay, Leaf's on Viper.
It's been his best stage
yeah, absolutely. But we haven't seen the race since Bind was in the map wholesale. So
this is actually.
I've missed it, quite honestly. Leaf is gonna lock the Viper. There's no surprises.
Yeah.
This guy is
it's
one
Fade
of
Breach.
the
Okay.
best lurk players on that.
Oh, he goes on the
so
Euro.
Intelligent and yeah.
And it is
Fade.
Fade.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Okay.
There's the Fade pivot. Okay, this is.
So that was probably the most expected
You're
outcome.
still gonna get the double flashes with both the Breach and the Yoru. You have tons of line control with that stun and the Omen Paranoia as well. This is just a straight up good comp, and it's honestly a really easy pivot away from the tail meta.
Yeah, we're seeing
I
here
do think that this comp has some weaknesses against this.
Another map that they could have won perfectly. So
We'll have to see
extremely comfortable and their opponents map
if it comes into
Folks,
play.
we're set for the first map of playoffs. So let's go ahead and send it over to your casters.
The attack side.
And Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, Test. Here we are. Playoffs is finally upon us. And off the rip, a rematch from Shanghai.
Oh no, I had this funny reference, but like it's kind of mean.
This time, G2 having the selection.
Yeah, I mean, pretty wild.
Like I like Paper Fin's outfit, but he does look like I've been watching Better Call Saul, and he's looking a little bit like one of the characters for Better Call Saul, which isn't a compliment. But like I do actually like what he's wearing. Mike, no, it's the guy with the trading cards.
But only one player on that stage has any global title at all, and that's Jogamo. So for everybody else, the path to getting that
That's
Masters
true.
trophy starts
Tech
right
company in the late 80s. Yeah.
The theme for the event is redemption, is reflection. Divine looking back on that moment,
One sec.
losing the trophy.
Sorry.
Jogamo wants to get some revenge here today. Toronto, are you ready to kick off the playoffs?
PRX starts on the defender's side for the entirety of this matchup. They're grouping up towards mid. This is something
Oh,
they
nice.
do a lot on their pistols is put mid pressure.
Okay, we
down.
dodged the
Doesn't matter
eye.
what map it is.
It doesn't get anything. They accelerate A. How's our retake A, boys? Did we learn from last time? Did we learn from last time? It's a nice pistol from G2. Like, I know it looks like they didn't do a good pistol. It's just like, but they did a good pistol here.
But now, PRX, I like this.
It's annoying.
Come from the top of heaven and flood in.
It is annoying.
Not going to be able to find too much damage. Just going to barrel their way down through elbow. Something in behind one is leaving them to get out. Jogamo responding in kind. Patman feeling one back to back, flushed out.
He just randomly killed him?
Top of the spike, the switch.
He just randomly shot him through smoke, man.
Playing the opening pistol.
Yeah, I mean, just everybody trying to flood
Yeah, that pistol was nice from G2. G2 knew that they could go A, maybe if it was weak, but they also pressured the rest of the map to feel it out. They knew that there was like only really 2 options for PRX. Like, yeah.
They've got 2 players still over at main.
Like if there was aggression on the B, they just read PRX like a book. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, just thinking back to their match against Liquid here today.
For most other teams, I know that would just be a random pistol round, but I know G2 well enough to know that they prepped that pistol.
And good teams will cut that apart.
Right now, G2's avoiding it, seeing pretty much everybody aside.
Yeah. Murray, I was expecting a more Fnatic style retake there too. It was closer, but it wasn't quite the same.
Just grab the orb for sure.
Even if they do get the overwhelm and push forward to find the leaf, would just be a ghost recovered. Be the most impactful of weaponry, which has now been taken away from them as the Sheriff's going to be left on the floor. This divide does get picked off.
This is a common defender wall. The one they did over here? No, it wasn't.
Sometimes they will.
Turn up the volume.
But most teams would just die to the spike here, or at least try to. The real danger player is Leaf. Let's see if PRX is going to be ready for that. A tremendous lurker. Never know when he's going to show up.
He got scanned? Did he really?
A little bit of delay with the U-tilt.
Yeah, just further cycling them back. Leaf, we'll see if he's going to be able to find another one. He's going to catch
it was better than the last retake. I would agree with that one.
Trying to play for a couple more ult charges as he swoops around the back here of Ali. Peek coming in. Patman does manage to find it. He's a back kill. Pushes to the corner, finds Jinx stunned up. Patman gets another nice shot. 4 overall clean kills here for the fate of PRX, but G2 otherwise will give themselves a fairly clean anti-eco as they start 2-0.
Yeah, pretty stock standard stuff.
I didn't think that the eye scanned him.
Just finding the
I thought he broke it.
And if they see any space on the map, they're going to immediately take it. They're a hungry team.
Okay, we'll take that economy damage.
Overall,
AD4.
able to keep a couple of those Guardians and Bulldogs in, a little bit of a buy-up as well. But
they just knew that our A fight was kind of sucking last game. Even when we had 3A, we were losing.
Shocking purchase.
We taking B main though, so we will have. Lesh needs to be careful.
Not taking any chance of getting caught by some stray sprays. Not even just TPing back across into main. Sounds like after this minor exploration, G2 will change it up a bit.
They're ahead of the macro.
Too much contact for their liking. And that's a team that is, this is a team that is very diligent about those kind of things. They are so smart about identifying who is where.
Oh, they're so ahead.
You know, set up their
they're so ahead in this round.
And then looking to find the weaker side. And they
But we're
seemingly
so
have done
behind.
again, but PRX
Okay,
get a little
okay,
bit
the
close
eye.
to this.
Well, eating the bullet there.
Guys, we gotta do something.
Damage does get a glimpse, but able to bounce out.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay, does end up getting
Nope.
taken down.
Okay, Jason. Okay, we can shoot them. We can just shoot them. It's fine.
Looking to do some more.
We just shoot them.
Stem the bleeding as much as humanly possible.
That's a nice aftershock.
Right of the rope.
That's a dumb play from Valen.
Wayside, I think. Across.
Okay, Jonas whiffing. Valen's making new plays. It doesn't matter if we're behind on the macro.
A win here in the anti-bonus, but they lose out on 3
Like G2 is so ahead that round. Like they take ramp pressure, and so we react. But then we just take so long to re-clear the ramp that they're already B-splitting by the time that we do anything.
I mean, Forsaken, okay, able to win that battle. Gets the second, but Divide gets trapped in a really awkward position where he just
Like it's a weird one. Like they played like Jogamo being the one making noise ramp is really nice because obviously if we do Prowler it, we think, oh, there's still one person there, but he could just be like the other side of the map in a second. So it's a nice default from G2.
Get him a bit entrenched here in Garage. One way now on the setup.
They abused us very badly. Oh my god, this is so dumb.
Just get up on top of the box and Valen, I'm not sure if he's gonna read this. Hits the transfer on the 2. Jonathan,
I didn't even know you could do that. I'll be honest, yeah, I did not know you could do that.
Jump up on top of the box. That is a great change up from PRX, and it costs G2 dearly.
Player advantage for now going to be there in the hands of PRX.
Oh, what is this shite?
Divide playing closer to Bale to be spotted. Jinky in the line share damage, but on the re-swing. Finds lead now. So down to Jogamo.
Okay. I mean, we take that.
Johnny on the spot, hounds him down.
If I go YouTube... If I got YouTube, I got some fucking bar on the bottom of my screen. Okay, it's not happening anymore.
Works his magic. That is absolutely
Earlier I had some fucking bar on the bottom of my screen.
Full flash, no problem. Knew right where Jogamo was. And that's a really solid round.
Slow-mo and Pat.
This is one to be scared of if you are PRX. It's just about full stingers in the hands of G2.
It's just as fearsome as when they have rifles almost.
Something with the Outlaw. Quickly forced off the angle, forced back over in towards the spawn. It's Fallon.
Nah.
TPing forward, taking so much space here. He's already into heaven. And he's going to catch him off guard. Runs out of bullets, drops the classic, still
Oh, we're whiffing, man.
Batman cannot find more in ramp.
Anti-eco.
This is exactly what I was just talking about. G2 immediately
Stingers, man.
Incredible on Ecos.
Dimensional drift going
Incredible on ecos. It's like the battle of the best eco team in the world versus the worst anti-eco team in the world.
Leaf's position.
It's a fucking mismatch right now.
All goes for the exit. The spray and pray and Forsaken left to his own devices. 1v4 46 HP G2.
Why can't we just like why can't we just shoot our guns when the other team's eco?
Take it away. This round win. Back in the lead.
We're so good at shooting our guns when the other team's got
This
guns.
is one of the hallmarks of championship caliber teams, is that they can win ecos at a pretty high clip.
I do think we might be
That's
worse
gonna
than
be something
EDG.
G2 does very early in this match. Round 5, double headshots there for Trent. Absolutely nasty stuff. Like you said, Valen way ahead of where PRX could expect him to be. That's been something that's been hurting PRX in this event, is they're not quite always aware of negative space, not always quite aware of the possible positions of their opponents. I mean, how many times have we seen them get killed with knives out in their hands? Definitely something they need to shore up. This is a G2 team that is going to try to make you guess where they're going to be coming
reveal?
from.
Do you fuck it up?
It's going to be a lot on this guy right here, Leaf. He is fearsome, but there's a 3-man stack here for PRX.
Really want to try to get him out of here. Ducks back, drops down. Paranoia going to be sent, but only eats a tiny tick of damage there to the back of the leg.
Just in
Trap
B.
play
Like
come to fruition. Batman now going to be slowly creeping his way through the spawn.
this is a we've probably lost the round situation.
Very much open for the taking for G2.
Jason's getting away with every single fucking play imaginable though.
Trent delays a little bit further.
Gives you the man advantage too.
Nice one way.
1-1 drop checked, but there's the timing. Jogamo swinging. When it's the worst
Pat's on the
moment
flank.
something.
We need to start making noise though, because it's so obvious.
Batman needs
Jonah's got the best.
It is being watched. And
What is the audio, man? It's fucking out of sync with me.
now. Here for the side of G2, the push into the smoke for Forsaken, able to find
The
one.
audio's
Jogamo
fucked, man.
does get eliminated. TP forward, the swing up from Divine. Arriving on the Raptors and finding Jonah.
Oh my god, never mind. Christ. Why is the audio so fucked?
PRX gets to the fuse, and we stay tied up at 3-3.
Forsaken's creativity on the Omen is something else right now.
Patman getting flamed in the lobby? What did he do?
Initially delay the
He just whiffed,
that
didn't he?
advantage, and then he's going to TP forward.
Oh, you mean because he's going before the team went?
Trying to come out of alley, and that sets up Divide for the nice bait and switch. And then Divide from the Raptors drops the elbow down on top of G2. Got some ults to work with though now. You've got a Nightfall. You've got a pit there for G2. You're one away from a
It's so weird, man.
Close to some big
So
ones.
weird.
Jing one away from a showstopper. Something one away from a dimensional drift. So a lot to work with here for both.
Wait, 5 seconds gets through. Yeah, I mean he went too early for sure.
Might just be looking to up the
But
pace
Doma,
once
like
again.
when you watch PRX, like that's the least of my concerns, like that kind of stuff.
He's able to go ahead, stay back. Nightfall avoided by something. We'll be hearing the line share of these players. Prowler scouts his position. Knows that the Aura's gate crash. He's back inside the
Like,
line. He's gonna
again,
take it down
we-
as Valen. With that stinger, just comes away with it.
Okay, they're not
Free
eco
fire,
though.
but bullets whizzing past the enemy Omen.
I'm playing retake
Stays
B.
alive. Entering Nightfall now going to be sent. Point blank on the rocket. Doesn't find
That's
value.
nice by
Jogamo
Valen.
drains it out. Player advantage maintained, but now expounded upon here.
Which what are the
A 2v2 is better for
okay,
the
nice.
Forsaken.
But retaking B and winning is kind of
And that is going to be
like I'll be
PRX.
honest.
Once again, scraping by with
I don't know how
retake
you-
as things get
yeah.
chaotic and regaining the lead by 1.
Well, their mechanics
They
are
ain't gonna
looking
win
really
this
strong
event
right
if they
now
can't
for
play a post
PRX.
plant on B.
They're flooding together. It didn't work early. Now it's starting to really come together
5v4
for
post
them.
plant B. They're
Kind
losing
of
with
off-kilter
open plant.
moments early, and it maybe looks like G2 is going to be able to hold it down. Forsaken, Patman coming together nicely there. Nice swing early from something. Gets doubled up on, but that's okay. That opened up the space for the rest of his team to start controlling the front of the site. Really nicely done. G2, now they want to take a timeout to think about this. I mean,
Can we deny the plant from main? Yeah, we should be playing. We should be denying the plant in general, not just
that open space.
like we should. How do I explain it? We should be shutting down the exec mostly, not playing retake. So like you don't.
Everybody has the same number of players, or maybe they lose one. But
you can't really deny the plant from main if they've got the site. I guess you should be looking at it from heaven. Valen did look stressed though, yeah.
Maybe just okay.
That look Valen gave me was
play chaos. I liked her flood retake. Hasn't really been
did make me feel slightly better.
So much. A lot of that to do with, as you were talking
We should
about,
not let them get the creds from the plant. What?
Themselves 4 and 3. That's without Jing being able to find a huge amount of
They're gonna
impact.
plant the spike.
Has been involved in these eliminations, forces that he has, but that rocket seeming like maybe the best chance for him to get on board in that round.
Oh, for sure. It just was a, you know, kind of an awkward situation there. You know, G2's trying to play ahead of the rocket, but I think you can give Jing a bit of a pass as long as he kind of steps it up a little bit, because he's been their best player so far in this event. So for sure, not the end of the world. But the bigger thing here for PRX is they came out ahead in that all-star army. Now they can use this Viper's Pit to completely make
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
over on one side.
Okay.
Patman just through the wall, able to find Jogamo. Realistically from G2.
I gave them a note about this round.
What does the play look like when you don't expect Yoru to try to cause disruption?
I don't know if they actually
on the
listened to
entry?
my note or not.
Valen's shown that he's more than willing to go double TPing forward, but without those added layers, those flashes in behind, can be a lot more difficult. It seems like they're going to land on trying to push up into this smoke and overwhelm.
You remember the corner he was tucked in last time.
Able to avoid it, the push forward, spots out one. Trent just quickly traded back, drops the pit here in mid.
That's bought a ton of open space on the map. Just going to be Forsaken, potentially over on the
I wonder
side.
how.
Patman may be thinking about sliding back over into a 2-2 here for PRX. Haunt to check, doesn't get any contact. G2 still a bit away.
Cycles the smoke out here. Onto the main entry.
30 seconds left.
Trent at the ready, util in hand, trying to send Paranoia's gonna go flying. A little bit of damage gonna be dealt here by Forsaken. Sends out the Paranoia, connects on the leap, comes up with the kill. He is gonna be stuck in position.
Why is he ADSing?
Hound him down, but now he is all alone with 5 HP in a dream. Tuck around the corner. The nade going to be sent.
That'll be that's how you get your first kill.
The board is PRX this time able to avoid the sting around.
Yeah, they read this round really, really nicely.
Shouldn't Yoru play A at the start of the round instead of playing solo B?
That's a part of the map that has given them problems on some of the rounds they've seeded. Here, Patman. Nice. Oh my God, this makes a good read. G2 doing a little bit of homework though. The last time that PRX was on this defender side,
Kinda, I do think. Yeah, I think that's a valid criticism of that round.
That pit. So they knew where he was going to be at. Use that
Like
fault line.
Omen anchoring B is better there.
But everything looking solid. Operator.
Now in play.
Do you think Valorant Mobile is going to be esport possible? I mean, there's a lot of esports that play from mobile. I don't know anything about mobile esports, but I would presume so. Okay, we need to not probably not fight. What is Leaf doing? Does Leaf think that we? Do you think Leaf must think that every mid fight is just with Yoru? Which would make sense. But it's PRX.
Fresh out to safety, but can he get on the line in time? Smoke should buy a bit of space, and oh boy.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Go ahead and take him down.
Jason's nowhere near as good with the judge than Jason is, I feel like. Than JJ, sorry. Like Jason has some weird judge usage.
Swinging around the back, Jonah P perfectly ready for it, but like he had to read, but able to have the shots. Up now, scooped up here for Jogamo. Fake teleport. As Patman will reroute up in towards B Heaven. That's going to be the first line that he has to try to cross. Stuck on the angle. There, with the lineup. G2 answering one back, breaking the win streak from PRX, keeping things close.
Yeah, this time PRX tries to go for some early aggression to deny the plant. The judge up front gets denied by the clone. This is a jog round. His Yoru on the biggest of stages is one of the best. He is so tricky to deal with, so smart with the way he uses his util. Frustration there from something. Feels like he probably should have had that. It was a good read on PRX's part in some ways, but they just weren't quite coordinated enough that time. Now we got a big 5-man stack for G2. Over on the A side, Jogamo gonna go on a dimensional.
Patman is our anchor, eh? Yeah, usually the Fade player is.
Jing's in trouble.
Leading forward, and he's gonna be able to spot quite a many few players here.
They so fade.
Position is pushed out of this one, and Jogamo somehow comes away with the kill. Something taken down. Jing does get flushed out, not before he's able to find one.
I mean, we still be behind this round anyway, but... Okay, they Viper ult, we'll take it.
On the site. Divine Forsaken swooping around from A main versus 4. And how have we gotten here? The spray just a hair off from being able to find Jonah P. Quick check in from Devi. Couple tags, but kill not found. Trent lingering forward. Forsaken trying to get creative with it up and over the top of the screen.
What Ilya did there was nothing to do with Yoru though. The other thing is that like I personally like my take on Yoru is that it's so much better than Jet that even if you're not fully cupped one it, it's still better.
Such great stuff there. Off the dimensional drift, getting so much information.
And then getting the kill on the exit.
Yeah, just absolutely brilliant stuff. I mean, Jog there with the shorty too. He's doing everything in this round for G2.
He looked phenomenal on Yoru on split last time they played.
He's going to rip you apart. You have the pit for the post plant. Tremendous.
Oh boy.
Still having some fun.
There we are.
Where are you?
In a spot where this could end up being a 6-6 half. Launch over the top, Valen. The rest of the team immediately taking a ton of space here at ramp, firmly in their control. 4 players. Position though for the side of PRX. With the Devi joining. Things are about to get potentially a bit weird. Is okay, Forsaken able to find one. Something comes away with a kill as well.
GG just go B.
As the night falls, who's up? But this is damn near everyone. Devi a hair off, being able to have the angle. Something spots everyone on the exit. Doesn't have the time to double back to go for a weapon, just trying to intercept.
Just all about timing here for something. You can see Jonah P aware of it.
Being watched by 2. Jonah P swings. Back of the pillar. Patman now arriving.
Spike planted.
2v3 with just the one rifle between them. Head's gonna be spotted. Patman gets his taken off.
Rough.
Will collect the weapon. Certainly has his work cut out for him.
We lost pistol and an eco, right?
Flash is available to try to utilize. A double stack at backside. On the peak, nothing noted there. Sends a flash. And Jonah P able to turn it, able to find the kill. Team Ace and G2 securing 6.
How are they on eco round? Was last round not an eco? No, only Pat was Sheriff the round before. Everyone else had guns, I think.
The full 5-man stack for PRX. The Nightfall just misses. Devi not able to catch
it wasn't ideal.
On the exit with his Sheriff. G2 looking really good. I love the way that Jonah P is just firmly in control of the flanks. He is perpetually watching what is going on the backside for G2, especially if Leaf's not in position on those lurks. He has really done a good job. Even if he doesn't necessarily win the battles, it's still about having that info.
Yes, but it was 3v3. If you use that logic to me, if you're a player, I would just kick you from my team.
So a little bit of trickery, trying to confuse G2 about how he's going to play this garage spot.
See Valen looking for it. Wary of it.
Yes, sure, we made a really bad decision, but it kind of worked.
Very aware of it this time.
It's like, that's not how you coach.
Up on the box. A little bit of spam in mid. That's gonna maybe shift somebody over. No, okay.
Leaf's got a free kill.
And something is not on the correct one if the swing comes through. Okay, does send out a shot. Looks like they noted each other. Quick check in towards Vent here from Jogamo on the silent drop. Patman watching and waiting.
problem
That
is
right
so
side rope up
rated.
though. Continuing steadily. Push for a bit little moment there. Quick peek.
Should be a flash.
And might just feel the back away, but it's just gonna be the clone. So it does get information. They know that it's being watched. 2 players set up here.
Make some noise, Viper. Oh, hold.
We're gonna try to hold this
Make
line.
some
Able to
noise.
find one. Blast packs across the way. Gets out towards safety. Paint shells to try to buy some
No.
space. Some time. If he finds another kill, would be a showstopper online for him, but he's not gonna be able to get it. Leaf strikes him down. Patman now having to do everything. They cannot make it happen. 7-5. G2 are out in front of the half.
A little bit of a run there
That's
early
tough.
for PaperX, but G2
The
puts it
attack
right
side wasn't
back
great
with
last
4
time
in a row of
PaperX
their
played.
own. Really found their groove there as that half wore on.
But already some incredible scenes,
It's
some great
playing in
back and forth
groups of
between the
nerf or
two teams.
above.
G2 out with the lead.
I would say
Barrel
generally
one.
it's
We'll
a
see what
slight
happens.
nerf.
Come back after halftime.
Unless your map pool is literally pristine. I think if you're a team who might have a couple of maps where they're shaky on, it's best to go into the stage, because then you don't know, like the other teams don't know what maps you're bad on. Whereas like for Gen G, it's like they genuinely just look pretty good. So it's like, it doesn't feel like a massive disadvantage going from groups in a weird way. Do you think Trent is nerf of the Teo nerf?
Take a look at the econ report here. Sent by Coinbase. As
Not really. Like, it's so easy to like. Why would Trent put up the numbers he did playing an agent that doesn't really do anything? Like the utility Trent has doesn't allow him to frag more. Like why do people think his util can kill people sometimes, I guess.
Then on the other side, something again struggling a bit here on the Yoru. Needs to pick it up both.
But like, okay, someone needs to do the stats breakdown of him playing Teo and figure out how much of his stats were inflated because of the damage util. Because I just think he's in good form. I don't think it's that deep. If he was abusing an agent like a specific duelist, I'd be like, okay, like, yeah, maybe it's a nerf because like there's a lot of like mechanics that go into like the kills here.
Yeah, this is a very crucial one for them. Get them right back.
Yeah, I mean his Sova was very good. It's just that when he was playing Sova, he was not doing as well. Like, as in like we knew he was good, but like he was like not as mature a player. So like his global event performance with the guard was not amazing. His performances last year were like okay. It just feels like he's like found form to me.
G2 wise to the game, playing pretty far back. Want to give PaperX a little bit of false comfort, but you've already seen some of the initiator util. And if you go towards the safe side, I mean, you've got the flashes, you've got the fades, you've got the breach.
That might be true. Teo doesn't require too much mental fortitude, like mental energy, sorry. Could be true, but it's not like Fade or Server like super technical.
Will be coming through here from PaperX as they try to storm their way across into the B side, but there are still about to be 3 players here to try to greet them. Divide.
Do we clear this? No. How does Leaf get 2 there, by the way? How does Leaf get 2?
Back, but Divine out all alone. The spike on the Raptors. Jogomo about to fill that space there in heaven.
Who's the best server in the world right now?
Has the sheriff, but it's going to be Jonah P with the ghost. He's able to take him down 2 for 2 in the
That's a good question. There isn't one.
A lot of players here dropping down.
There isn't one.
Into the open arms of G2.
Rians, I guess Rians, but the problem is his team's kind of sucking.
See Leaf here on the initial one, gets 2. The second onto Forsaken is ridiculous. He had taken 30 down to 34 health.
I mean, Trent will be up there.
At the end, holding the line, but
You can't say Cloud. Like if you're gonna say Cloud, then
time is G2 just trying to mirror the movements of PRX, and they put themselves.
You think Leaf is a top 10 player in the world? Yeah, he's a top 5 player in the world.
Little cheeky combo there off the rip, but
Leaf's a like no-brainer pick for me. Like if I was to make a super team, like
we'll grab it. Devi, Sheriff in mid, looking for an opportunity, but Jonah P not going to give it to him. Valen, Paranoia at the ready.
He's ready to send it.
What is with the audio, man?
With us. We'll get the game audio back. It's all good. Valen still comes away with 3. He just knows how to make
Casting with this audio must be like I had it once. It's so awful.
Able to try to make this a little bit more
So
costly.
awful.
Tag to 77. Jiggle Peak not going to be spotting much, but here's the Prowler coming his way. You've still got Leaf around the corner with a Judge. Sees not to connect. By considering the flank here for a moment, Jogomo just gets closer and closer to striking.
Just the tremendous patience being shown here by G2. They can wait all day. Spikes down, they know it.
30 more seconds. Noise now made.
30
Jogomo
seconds left.
off the audio cue. Starts closing the gap, getting ever closer here, but it's likely going to be Leaf able to take this one down, and Xiao. Some damage dealt, 2 players dead, but G2 close out the anti-eco. Now up 9-5.
All right, this is a very big round for PRX. Do or die, it feels like at this point in the map. Oh, that last little transfer from Valen. Absolutely filthy. Does a ton of damage there.
Did PRX win any pistols?
Never
Nope.
really clear out the back of sight. Alex is not thrilled with what he sees, but
To assume, I mean, not seeing a timeout quite just yet. First half was close. Probably wants to see how this bonus goes.
I mean, I think
bonus, rather.
you're fine with 5 on defense for PRX. I think that's why he didn't pull the timeout. If this one doesn't go their way, 100%, there should be a timeout. But once again, a mid-stack, a little bit of a pullback for G2.
The game's kind of over if we don't win this one. I'm not gonna lie. But you can't call the timeout here. There's nothing to time out about.
At Heaven, one of the problems for PRX is they didn't control A Heaven at all, and it seems like they're
Or
not
take
going
it too
to
long.
again. They're just going to flood the site.
Let's see the retake from G2. That what they got cooked. It's just a standard ramp retake.
A lot of control here for PRX. Getting ready to
We've
kick
got
off.
nothing.
A little peek in towards ramp here.
Okay, they fake the ramp, leave Leaf, and they're gonna just 2-2.
Out through main.
Oh, they left with the Judge. That's kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. Left Leaf with the Judge.
Out into the open. Patman eating an immense amount
Bro,
of
they're so
damage.
good.
1 HP remaining on him as something gets taken down by Trent. Patman going to be trying to do his damage. Cloud connects. Jing swing on the corner. He's able to
That's a
collect
big
two.
round from Jing. It's beautiful.
Third as well. Must just be an attack-sided raise, but Jing comes alive when they need him the most. And tries to mitigate the losses. Still 2 players lost from PRX, but they deny the bonus
shit.
conversion.
Yeah, PRX able to hang on despite some trickery here from G2. They make it look like they're going to push down ramp. They send a lot of their forces that way, and then double back up towards A Heaven and come from screens in Heaven, and it does actually probably give them a few extra kills there. PRX not quite ready, but ready enough is Jing on the back of sight. Phenomenal there with the Phantom. Bulldog though for Patman.
That's cannon for Devi.
Oh boy, yeah.
Just a Phantom.
The Judge for Leaf.
Oh, that would have been sick actually. If we didn't kill that recon then, that would have been kind of
Try
sick.
to rely on Jing. Just win some individual duels. A lot more players stacked up this time for G2.
I remember this macro. This just looks like Fnatic 2023.
With that breach you tilt.
Actually, we would
Really annoying.
switch.
Send some flashes on the jog.
Devi under some pressure, backing away to avoid it.
This is so dumb.
Flash from the clone. Jonah P just
Oh.
down M1, spamming through the smoke and screens, trying to see what he can find. And
That was a
take it down. Jogomo finds him right there, point blank, up close and personal. Similar to Divide, will get taken down. Patman trades it back on a 1. Comes to the corner, the swing out,
Jing.
able to find the first leap now, striking with the judge.
Face your fear.
It's just Patman and Forsaken all alone now.
So
just
lucky.
Patman with everything to do. Swing on the corner, finds the first. The Hawk gonna be sent. Re-swings, clears out leap. Prowler at the ready.
This guy doesn't lose clutches, man. Why does this guy not lose clutches?
Global stage in his rookie season.
Clutchman.
And he pulls off a Red Bull clutch to close the gap down to 2 rounds separating.
What a fight for PRX Patman has been. He is so impactful. A lot of times it's with his util, but now he clutches it out on the fade. He's got a lot of PRX on their feet. And that could be one of those tide turners. He's got 18 kills on the map. Patman is flying.
Bobby leader. Again, into a bit of a half purchase here.
Bro, Leaf sport a fucking shotgun every single round.
Never a freebie when playing against this squad.
No, this is so dangerous.
For the Bucky, a sheriff for Trent.
Oh,
Finger in hand for Valor.
it's an anti-eco.
Make contact against all of these players here in Garage. Valor, however, does manage to scout him out. Bo needs the bullets. He backs away. Boombot gonna get cleared. Somehow, pretty much no one ends up taking too much damage. Just a minor little bit there onto Patman. With the orb grab, Jing now does have a showstopper online.
Just raise ult, guys. Just use your fucking raise ult, boys.
Taking the gate crash, trying to get some detail
Okay.
out. Jing finds Jonah P. Sees the wheel there. Top of the round.
Okay.
Pray and prays, finds
Okay,
one.
okay. Good, good, good. We didn't even need to use that. We didn't need to use it.
That leaves just Jogamo here with the classic. Dead in something's hand. Flawless round, PRX. Bring it within touching distance. Just 1 round separating the two.
Yeah, elbow is a good clip farm in place. I mean, it makes sense though. Like, it's a tiny choke point, right? It makes sense that there'll be a lot of clutches from a position where it's like a tiny little choke point.
And you don't use the showstopper either. You're able to get through this round extremely clean. Jing now starting to heat up on those entries. Need those first kills to go his way. A little bit of whiffiness here and there, but I believe, yeah, absolutely.
What did Alex say?
And then on the other side, the yin and yang of PRX.
Yeah. Well, looking like a pacey hit here with the ult that they have, or at least it's going to be for something as he tries
Can we
to
just raise ult off of
slow
this?
things forward. Goes for the exit. Over at screen.
Nice, Ilya.
He's able to find Trent.
Ah, you knew there was 2. That's good trades. Get the spike.
3v2.
Oh, this, you cheeky fucker.
Sight opened up here for PRX,
No.
but still a late linger
Okay.
from Divide.
No, plant here.
Working his way up mid in towards Vents.
This plant is
Jogamo,
pointless.
just an operator.
Do not.
Needs leap.
No,
Trying to do a bit
Jing,
of the heavy
Jing.
lifting here.
Okay.
Get them into the site.
Bro, when you have a lurk, you don't play forward like what Jing was doing.
Turns around.
Okay.
And there's the pre-fire. Wall to fall, Divide seemingly narrowing down the options. So where his counterpart Viper could be.
Kind of knows.
Looking for maybe just the full retreat.
Did he spot him? Yes, he has. Cleanup comes through. 3 players surviving. We are tied up 9-9.
Now this is a nice dimensional drift from something. Obviously getting a lot of info, but the way that he tucks himself in at screens catches Trent completely off guard there. Jonah P takes a really nice angle there because he knew the player behind him got revealed by the haunt. He wasn't going to be expected to be that far forward in that corner. Gets a kill.
I did a little bit.
After that,
I did a little
PRX
bit of
now
work.
starting to rock and roll. And it's going to be the second time out here for G2 Esports.
Hey pal, how's it going? I think honestly, we lost both pistols and we lost an anti-eco.
It's going to be another eco coming up.
But the kind of rounds we won were a little bit like
behind that eco.
PRX
Hell of
rounds.
a lot of ultimates. Rolling Thunder,
Damn
hit,
it.
Nightfall from the shadows, all at G2's disposal. Plenty to try to utilize here. Let's see if they're going to be able to pull off a little bit more of that thrifty magic off the back of this timeout.
Every ounce of cynicism I have about Valorant like goes out the window when I see a child having fun in the crowd.
PRX is going to have a bit of money to sit on for quite some time here for at least a couple more rounds to make their buys. real question is here for G2. What are the change-ups? Do you get aggressive at the mains? Do you try to contest some of those early orbs, some of that early space? Or is it just a, hey, let's make sure we're not trying to take challenges at angles we don't need to at moments?
I'm a strong enough man to be like
for the reinforcements.
to make a joke about liking kids like it's not, to me it's like, you know.
PRX would challenge them one at a time. It's going to be an early pit.
To be invested, Forsaken, a fake on the TP.
Just looking to see if he can get a response out of G2, but the discipline from Leaf, very, very good. Jogamo right around the corner with a frenzy. Is that going to be read by PRX? They haven't held this corner yet. It'll be the first time we've seen G2 try to lock down that position.
Footstep gets made. See, for the most part, they're avoiding it.
They got breach shot.
The Prowlers are going to be committed towards heaven. Jonah P.
Did they bother?
Here, now going to be revealed. This ends up going off. He finds the hit. Jogamo going to be taken down. Divide, able to flush him out.
Kind of glad they didn't breach shot, even though I don't think it would have worked.
It seems like the call comes in. No, it's going to be far too risky, far too costly if we can't convert. So instead, they're going to have to just fight their way.
That's a terrible peek.
Like they shall. Being dead leaves a weapon on the floor, potentially recoverable here for G2. Trent's Prowler gets the spot out. Big position.
Why?
Free fire into the smoke. Actually, a snap.
Yeah, he is so comfortable to be in the open against a ramp free flank.
PRX. Not allowing.
You much prefer the timeout music at this event? I didn't notice it.
Regain the lead by 1. It's another rifle round with just the pin expended in the previous round.
Yeah, now you're going to have the operator again for Jogamo. PRX didn't even run into his side.
It's gonna be a long night.
Lined up.
That's huge.
I got very worried in the first half. Did you want to join, Victoria? I've got no energy today. Like, I feel like it is like 4 AM for me. Like, this is an early day for me. Thank you, Lightning. Lightning Hoop. Thank you very much. Appreciate the sub.
PRX actually spreading the map a bit. Not getting too crazy here, just doing a little bit of fact finding with some of the fade util.
Join from up to, okay.
Trying to decide how exactly they want to navigate this now. Probably really thinking about those other ults that are going up against them with that Rolling Thunder, with that Nightfall.
Face your fear!
Nightfall could just come out, might just see a Rolling Thunder very quickly here in response, and that's exactly what is going to happen. The PRX anticipate this, they hug back. This Prowler on the chase, quickly cleared out.
Oh my god, big balls Lish.
About this push,
why are we? Okay.
Sees the TP, but Ching swings the corner. Takes him down, keeps Forsaken protected. Divide doesn't have it to the player advantage here for PRX. Jogamo again, the operator. How do you get yourself back into this? And do you commit a Nightfall to try to identify these players' positions?
Oh my god.
With a flick. It's just
We didn't deserve that.
Reposition comes through and something in behind them.
Oh my god.
Double pumps the shorty, survives with 6-8
What on fucking earth are we doing?
Great awareness here from PRX. Realizing that
Great awareness from PRX.
Behind the box. He wasn't still behind pillars. And Forsaken getting aggressive there on the Omen.
I think I'd spend about 20 seconds color analyzing how PRX should never lose rounds like that. And it's rounds like that mean they've never won a trophy.
The coordination today starting to look really good, and Trent, some frustration being shown.
That play by like this should know better than that play.
Don't want to see how much damage you just dealt. Such a narrow margin of error.
I don't hate like Chase's position was interesting, I guess.
The attack off, striking when you least expected. Clone to try to lead the way. Jogamo not fooled by that. Does manage to quickly trade it back. Sends out a flash to the site.
Did we give them the operator?
To get themselves up the map point.
Out in the open with this plan.
Jing looking for a timing.
Why?
With a belter of a headshot there off the Sheriff. He's able to note and deal with that enemy raise. Patman on the push. Nearly cut in half. Does manage to
Why is
stay
he
alive.
going
Brings it down to
through?
3.
Like, if you're gonna make that play for a Viper Orb, you need a distraction from your teammates. So you need a flash or something. Jing just running through solo, man.
Talon ends up getting taken down. The pit now in play. Just go ahead and try to seal the deal on
Like,
this.
when PRX are at their best, when they know Sometimes I don't know if they realize it, but it's like they're at their best when they are fighting. There's so much chaos and distraction from each side. So like, let's say there's some chaos here, then this player here runs through and gets kills because there's loads of chaos here that is distracting. Whereas like when it's just like one player makes a play by themselves, it doesn't make any sense.
Unfortunately, is still only at the halfway point to a rolling thunder.
Like PRX is team fighting. Like I don't even think about Valorant in terms of team fighting, but PRX is so good at it that I think about the game in terms of team fighting when I watch them play.
The wild play that you see sometimes from PRX, incredible, and it's 7 in a row on this attacker side. One more to close it out here to take their map pick, to take the opening map of the playoffs here at Masters Toronto.
Immediately the rush forward here, nothing spotted in towards
our Euro ults have been so whack. It's not Ilya's fault. We seem to not get much value from Euro ults on attack side on this map. And again, it's not Ilya's fault.
Knows that Jogamo's back there, might have heard the TP. They're bringing the rest of the forces over there. Too much resistance.
Luckily, we're like our idea was so confusing that G2 have no idea what we're doing either. Luckily, we've somehow like fooled ourselves.
I think they think he's still at screens.
Trying to line up Jing, unable to find it. Shorty, get a bit of damage in, knocks him down to 31.
We've got orb. Just.
Going to be backpedaling. Jogamo throws on the mask. Nightfall is available.
That's beautiful from Lish. Just use the orb now. Use your orb, Lish.
Trying to go for this ult send.
Why has he not put the orb down on CT?
The enemy Viper. Get TP at the back.
Oh, Leaf is fucked up massively. Oh, Valen's on the site, and he smoked the spike. That's so unlucky. Ah.
The defuse has already come through. G2
Why didn't Lish just immediately orb CT when he dropped? I didn't see his POV, but he like got stuck in a corner and then didn't orb.
For Jogamo with that dimensional drift. And then Leaf striking at the perfect time and doesn't overcommit. Doesn't find a kill, but that's okay. Still holding this angle, and Forsaken just kind of gets torn between trying to deal with the screen's position or deal with the lurker. And he pays the price for it. Now maybe a timeout.
Not to be seen.
Not to be seen.
Find you.
Still
Joe's got ult again.
To sort this themselves.
So far, they've been pretty good at it. Been able to find those moments, those adaptations. Trying to use Jing to get a little bit aggressive towards mid. And again, G2 just playing very passive at the early parts of these rounds.
I like the fact that we're going A again.
For Jogamo's
It's very easy to say that. We're looking at the map right now.
Haven't seen this yet.
Oh, but we're making all this noise.
Try to avoid the boom bot, will get spotted.
10 seconds before we go in? Why?
The orb, but the flash will certainly go ahead and let them know that the operator is going to be in this position. Paranoia sent.
Why are we making all this noise?
Maybe it got away from it. Either way, they're not able to play off the
It's such a... What we're doing so bad that G2 are doubting themselves.
Forsaken just TPing up top here for the moment.
Now they're not.
This could be a Vents angle here for PRX. They can suss this out. They know that the Yoru's on site. That might be what they want to avoid.
Fade out from one angle, sees onto the other, trying to peek. Still a fault line at the ready. The shorty swap, Forsaken.
No.
Not checking this, not ready for it. Gets caught, goes down.
Thank you.
Able to go ahead, equalize it.
Do we have anything? No.
Some spam damage on the Trent, puts him to 33 health.
This corner, we've played this corner 3 post plants in a row.
Not much util for either side. Paranoia.
And now that we don't have ramp control, so...
Everybody committed into the site.
Leaf was itching his nose on that box, that's crazy.
Down ramp.
Something has to find value in this corner.
It's hit by the Paranoia, but he's not there at risk. Divide, finding another, but now it is all on something. Knows Leaf's position, knows he's there above, but Leaf seemingly does not have
Oh my god, that was a bit shaky. Jesus Christ, how...
Take down G2 on their map pick of split 13 to 10.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments here made in a very short amount of time by PRX on split. They do a great job finding that open space, finding those plants and taking their time.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I sure as hell am entertained, and I'm hoping that this series is going to deliver many more maps just like that. We've got Lotus coming up next.
You know how like I'm a pessimist.
Don't go anywhere.
Like I'm not. What's going on? What's going on? I don't. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I'm not gonna say anything positive. It doesn't feel. This doesn't feel right though. Like my perceptions until this very point were like, yeah, cool, we beat some teams. But now I'm like, wait, what? What's going on?
Oh man, I was just getting warmed up.
Spike defused.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I guess what I'm saying is like, if this was any other team, I'd be like, oh, like, this they could win this event, like.
Red Bull gives
But I can't. I'm not allowed to start thinking like that at all. I'm not thinking like that. I'm gonna continue to believe we're gonna lose every single game, and then we'll see how that goes. Give some tips on PRX pistols. If I gave them, I have given them some tips for pistols. If I showed them what pistols I would try to play, they would not win pistol rounds. They wouldn't win pistol rounds if I showed them the pistols that I want them to play. There are some things that I think that like I am more useful when I give them some tips. I think that I'm more useful than someone who thinks like them, because obviously I'm a different perspective. But then there's some things that I can't help them with because it's like our styles are so different that like some things it's just not. And like given the time restraints that we have, like there's not been much time. So if I was to try and like give them some stuff for certain things, it would either not suit them or they would mess it up and we'd need to like go through it and teach it, and we don't have time to do that, you know. Hello, PXM Zone. Is it fun to watch Fnatic work the map on Lotus for 1 minute 20? Unironically, yes. I love to watch beautiful Valorant, and a lot of the time what Fnatic are doing when they're using that time is beautiful Valorant. It's not always. Sometimes it is noob, but... Like, the way I would explain it is like, if you're bored... Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm now joined by their coach, Alex. Now, Alex, that attack side was phenomenal. There's so many great things we can say about it, but from your perspective, what is one thing that made you the happiest seeing that attack side?
Yeah, I think the composure to close out the game, I think that was the most important thing. When we played Team Liquid, we were very, very jittery, nervous. And this time we played together, played composed, the comms very well, and I'm very, very proud of them.
It's nice to see you smile. Good luck on map 2.
Thank you, Piranha.
And W Gaming gets themselves a W here to kick things off in Toronto.
What if PRX play against Fnatic? I would be supporting PRX even more.
Absolute fireworks from start to finish here, but of course, it's going to be PRX who walks away with the victory. And oh boy, that was getting a little heart palpitation.
It's crazy to think about how both of the halves started because PRX managed to close that out only with G2 winning both of the pistols and having a very good understanding of how to play against PRX.
Yeah, I want to see Boaster cry.
Enemy in so many occasions, and still, just because of that attack half, they managed to close it out.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of heroics that we've seen across the board. Let's actually start off with our.
And I want to see Jason walk over and knock him out with one punch.
Because we talk about those individuals, Mimi, this is a great example.
And this is what you're talking about, Bea. Look, they're up in a 5v4 here. No one else is ready for the retake, and something flashes into hell, dies for it, and then this flips out of the control for a second of PRX. It looks like G2 is going to close out this post plant, and then Devi hits 3 lovely shots with some great positioning up in heaven to win out this round. And that was all the story of the first half. PRX finding solid
I wish they didn't slow it down though, because it didn't look like nice shots when you slowed it down.
And still having that individual
High speed moment, they get slowed down and looks like he's whiffing.
Different story in my mind once we got to that second half.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was very scared because we saw a Jink that was not present during that first half. The first kill that he got was off of a nade with a combo as well with Patman.
Yeah.
But it was even deeper, so it was not looking good for PRX. Coming out of the Swiss stage, they were the team that was doing the worst in 5v3s. That says a lot about how they lose that kind of like head in the game that they are so good at.
But they looked great on this attack side. I think the team fighting looked much improved with this Yoru Raze composition. The synergy was on point on those dives on A, and G2 just could not figure out how to hold that site. They tried to go for more hard anchor rounds towards the middle of that half. Towards the end, they were going back into playing a lot of retake, but PRX showed much better fundamentals and also, of course, amazing individual play to just win out, pounding A round after round.
Yeah, and one of those individuals, we talked about him briefly, right, making his debut here in a global event. It's Patman, who just looked unbelievable, really. Whether it was the role that he was doing, which obviously was very effective, handling exactly what he needed to do, but we were seeing the slays come out of this guy, and it was impressive.
I mean, him winning that 1v3 on A, so many of this round started off with him getting that first kill, is not only how comfortable this is, oh, here is the 1v3, how crazy it is in this post-plans, how strong PRX are getting. I think that especially, and speaking about those pistols being won by G2 and the advantage that they have, he was the one keeping PRX in the game until it got to the second
Who do we
half.
root for, Araki versus Wolves? Don't care.
Something, because something was
This is the process. This is the flow chart, right? You start here. And then you ask the question, are they a train?
Position kind of tucked in that corner, underheld. It's so difficult to deal with.
Yes.
Really well there.
No.
But for Patman, I mean, he's on a team with something.
I care.
With Jing, with all of these like big
I don't care.
players who have been the best at like international events before, and here he is, top fragging in a first map that ended up being.
I mean,
super
potentially,
That's,
if it wasn't like I do actually like G2, to be fair.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, you could not
G2 check artistry.
Start to this one, but of course the pressure is on for the #1 seed coming out of the Americas. We got G2
check
just
artistry.
standing by with Jinsu.
I kind of tempted to now.
We're heading to G2's map pick next, so I wanted to ask their coach Josh RT, how much did what happened between PRX and Team Liquid influence you in this map pick, and what is it about PRX?
Is G2 Lotus good? Yes, probably the best in the world.
I think their comp has some weaknesses that we are gonna try to exploit, of course. And also, we're always a good Lotus team, so I just look at the relative strength between the two and felt like that's a solid map pick for us.
I can't wait to see it. Good luck.
Hey, and I cannot disagree with that. It always has been a solid map for G2, so they feel confident in that regard. Of course, we'll see what happens. Here's Lotus is going to be up next on the docket, and then, of course, if necessary, we'll be taking it.
John, could you go, Red? Nah, let's go.
What's he doing?
Do you feel like
I'm going to go back to the regular John, could you go, Red?
Not much.
I think that he has a great point, right?
What was he
We
doing?
don't expect him to be playing the Tejo, but they have a lot of record.
Good point.
In fact, before
Has he
the
broken
competition that they
something?
play
I don't know what's
in,
going
that
on.
they're playing with the Tejo,
Oh,
before that,
push-ups?
when they were running the
Oh, God.
Viper and the Killjoy, it was against PRX that they played
Poor
their
man.
last map before walking around. I think that they have a read. I want to see what they do against that double duelist. Again, if we see a different face of Jing on that attack, that could be a very, very big tell for the side of PRX. But on the other hand, Split could have also been a very
How many
big
push-ups do
take.
you need to do?
Overall, this veto favors them a lot.
So something that I do want to point out, though, is you could really see, though, as well, the momentum that PRX do lean on, especially in that split game, because that could have gone either way, Mimi.
That's like the whole thing with PRX. Ever since they made that mid-season change, brought Patman in, it has been all
Breach? They're still on
Breach?
Breach?
Just coasting their way into the playoffs. Agent select up. I expect a very similar thing here from G2. Likely play the same comp, just sub in either that Sova. Probably the Fade is what I would expect.
Oh.
I mean, there are changes because I expected Leaf to be going onto that Killjoy, but Trent is going to go on
Breach
Sova. And
Sova.
he even locks in the Neon. We were waiting for this. We want to see, especially with them starting on the attack, the effect that is going to have with those two initiators behind you.
Despite G2's success this year, Jaw has had one of his lowest individual performance years ever in his career since he's
Server on Lotus. Like, Bose is gonna hate me because I've always said that I don't like this.
It's because he's been playing Neon, he's been the sacrificial
I'm
lamb,
very
he's had to be diving into all
curious.
If
I'm suspicious.
best agents back in
I'm
front of an
suspicious.
crowd to show us what he's got.
Surely Anders doesn't sign off on this
Let's go
usually.
ahead and find out how this one all plays out. Can it go the distance? Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters and jump into map 2. Here's Achilles and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, GB. I don't know. Toronto, what are you guys thinking? You guys want to see a map 3?
I mean, I still think they should be good. Like G2 should be good with this comp. They are essentially playing their comp, but slightly worse with that detail. What can the Sova do? The Sova's going to be very good at fighting us. Like they could just use the drone to fight us. There's some gimmick value in some good recons that we're not going to be able to know what recons they run. Like just there, they pinged 5 people with a recon, 4 people. So, like there might be some recon value that they get that usually they wouldn't, because it's like we don't know where the recons will
Because
be.
you have that Yoru, you're able to quickly pivot over to the other side of the map here.
But it's going to be mostly about this drone, I think.
Instant damage taken there from Valen. 5 to clean up.
I'm scared we're winning. Are we?
Something will get overwhelmed.
We were winning a pistol, but I don't think we're going to win it. Because I started thinking about it, so we've lost the pistol.
Go from a very strong start into a bit of a lopsided round now for PRX.
Oh, this is quite nice from G2.
Push coming through now for G2.
I mean, they don't realize, but if they had just planted, they'd be better.
Forsaken and Patman are lined up.
Cluster together, the swing, Forsaken able to tuck back around the corner. Does get stunned there by the fault line, clear on the recon dart, and they have to re-pivot back. G2 quickly evacuating, breaking down the baby door, but already you've got PRX arrived here at upper. Looking to try to take them down.
Nice, boys. That's really nice. How many sheriffs did we buy this round?
PRX claim their first pistol here.
How many sheriffs did we
This is
buy?
the side of the map where PRX
Did we
did
buy
so
1 or
much
2?
damage when they were playing Team Liquid. It's crazy to think
Did we buy
these
2?
first 2 maps are the 2 maps that went to OT the last time they played. So far, so good. Able to avoid
That's kind of funny.
any disasters on split. They got the pistol, and that's really got them fired up because
yeah.
they were still able to win.
I don't know. I don't know if they were gonna do that anyway. But I did suggest that they start buying 2 sheriffs.
Weapons not being fired. No confirmation on this force up.
I think it suits them.
Backpedals, avoids the fault line. Space gonna be taken. Wall does get popped.
Ah, fuck, it's just... Jason, why you got a sheriff, mate? You know that G2 plays stingers on their fucking second rounds. I almost fell off my chair then. That's what PRX does to you.
That paranoia. Players arriving here from main. Jonah P. Tag down low.
Oh no.
An immense amount of damage. Trent though finding his timing. Swings around the back. Collects 2 kills. Something divide. Both gonna be eliminated. The spike is on the floor. Patman's pushing forward. He's catching a
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Stray headshot. Fallon does manage to take him down, and this round is looking to go the way of G2. Jing.
Oh my god, man, please.
And the force from G2 works its magic.
And early on, they had a great plan to get themselves ahead of the curve, to get past the Vice wall.
Why?
They TP past it with Valid and send another player through. So it kind of keeps
Those Omen
PRX
TPs are going to be a pain in the
They have
ass, to be
pause, they
fair.
have to wait this out. They don't have any information on what's going on. And that just allows G2 to set up for those
Yeah,
late
Jason can't keep a sheriff against G2, man.
and that's a great call there by Valen and company. And Jing going to be having the Bucky. A couple sheriffs otherwise. G2 now looking to play their bonus.
Season end just opens up some space. Orbit gets grabbed. Jing going to be 2 charges away.
This drone is annoying. This drone's so nice.
Trying to get that rolling thunder at the ready. Still just the 3 charges thus far. Divine Force back. Paranoia flying his way. As well as those relay bolts. Backpedals and something gets caught up over by Waterfall. And try to go on a timing. Does get noted by the enemy breach.
Had a little bit of miscommunication.
And ironically, the Stinger buy has been, like, when you talk about like economy round like buys, 2022 had the FPX buy, 2023 had the half armor, 2024 had nothing, 2025 has the Stinger Force buy. Like, I know people did buy Force buy second rounds in the past, but it's not quite the same.
As well, and a 4K for the Professor. Yeah. That one's got to be a little bit frustrating. But really, I think PRX could have done a little bit more damage there if they're a little bit more patient. Wait for that retake and then flood, but it is what it is. Forsaken.
They're just instantly fighting.
Once again here,
They know they win the fight.
Paint shell lobs in. Jogamo going to be eating a good amount of damage from
Jogamo is low. Ah, I gave them a note about this.
Looking to further delay. But Jing ends up being found. Flushed out of the corner. Shot going to be committed there. Get him out into the open. They're able to collect the kill. So an advantage now here for the side of G2. Seems like they are more than satisfied with that on this side of the map. And now look to maybe pivot.
This is classic G2. Just take your profits and move on. You got that one. You don't need to press your advantage. Just leave Leaf to his own device.
Servo's gonna drone from here.
Some battles on the extremities. Catman gonna have to clear the drone. Trent looks like he's gonna try to follow up. Try to pre-fire.
Challenge into this one. Forsaken is already rotated across towards C site, just cycling the smokes there on main. Looking to spray at the ready.
They go back A, right?
Grab though, Channel P.
They try and grab the breach shot A. They could be split here as well. Yeah, they're gonna be split.
It's gonna be a massive.
We're behind again, man. G2 are one step ahead. Okay. Okay, no we're not.
30 seconds left.
Absolutely need to. Fast lane. Now gonna let them know.
Oh my god, it's lovely. Oh, he almost reset. We think it's A though.
Scooped up. The break of the door. Time starting to dwindle here. Thorns get raised. Put themselves into the site. Locked in here by the wall, but Batman does manage to find one as Valen gets taken down. Had to pull up the plan here for a brief moment. Now he's able to stick it, but cannot draw his weapon back out fast enough. PRX with 3 surviving. We'll tie it up at 2-2.
Yeah, I love this little change up of positioning from.
Why is Astral pick rate so low in tier 1? For some reason, I tracked the stats a little bit with it. Astral's like win rate in like the lower leagues, I think, was struggling in the Teo meta, and I think it's Teo meta specific. Like on paper, I thought that like she would do well with Teo, but it seems like the ways in which Teo played actually didn't want you to have Astra. Whereas I think in this meta, Astra comes back into like a good spot, I think.
Well, they hand him one all the same. As Forsaken is very much getting bullied out by Trap. Moving forward, something trying to take some space here, but losing.
They're gonna do this every round, aren't they? They're just gonna prod Rubble every round.
Oh my god. They time the C's here.
Swing out. Jogamo just has him lined up. G2 winning on all fronts. Looking to set themselves up with another flawless. His orb could be passed over to damn near everybody. You've got so many good choices. The pit, the Hunter's Fury, the overdrive.
I don't really consider that.
Little scout spots nothing. No one's home. As Divine is going to be rotating off. The call to save has been made.
Definitely the right one. Some head scratchers here for PRX.
When do we start flanking?
Something going for that swing on to Giacomo.
I mean, the problem right now is that we're used to taking rebel control
Really dialed in this round.
and then reacting a lot of the time. Whereas G2 are like putting a lot of pressure
Not really
on rebel, like uncommitted pressure.
G2 is going to be rotating in force. So unless you're thinking you can catch Leaf in that spot, that's the only way
I have to think about it more in a bit.
The right decision.
The problem now is they've got big ults.
Looking to catch them.
Oh, absolutely.
Not in the most vulnerable positions though, as the door just force a rotate from Device, so should be able to dance around this as we wait for the spike to go off. So 2 weapons still going to be retained here, it would seem, unless he hits a hell of a shot. But Device here's the footsteps and stays tucked back. So flawless round. G2 regaining the lead.
Yeah, just really good stuff here from G2. Maybe going to be a timeout. The first one being called by PRX now.
I do have to play this clip. It made me laugh so hard. Have you guys seen this?
I know this one, guys. You guys. I know this one, guys. You guys. He's gonna go see. Okay, we take from city. I think if mid round I can fight the Angel on B, can I have permission? After as many as you want, bro. Permission. Permission. Fine. Yeah. I know this one, guys. You guys.
I like when he said it. I remember thinking like, I almost paused the video. And I was like, it felt like I laughed knowing that the reaction that Alex would have to it. But then I know that like it's like the opposite of what my player is, whereas like like in that position, like Alpha would ask me permission and I'd probably say no. It's like the other scale where it's like you're not allowed to ask permission kind of thing. It's like expected that you just make your play. Whereas on my side it's like, bro, you better ask fucking permission. Patman's young, yeah.
Everybody else still has enough to get rifles. Obviously, the Odin carried over a bunch of ults on both sides. So a lot to consider here.
You can't see Giacomo Cash. Oh, sorry. Wait. I don't know if is that bad.
Looking like we're flying a Guardian here for something. Standing ahead. Pretty low on funds. Econ over the top. Not gonna spot anything out.
PRX faked the Seek pinch. They sent out the Paranoia and some of that Fade util just to see what the response would be. But G2 is just sitting in spawn. You see this after timeout sometimes for PRX where they go for those early aggressive plays.
I love this idea of re-clearing.
G2 very ready for
Okay,
it.
we just Euro. Okay.
Noted, identified a little bit here behind the wall.
Oh, no!
From the dimensional drift.
Oh my God, Jokes. Okay, no. We can make that so much cleaner. We can make this round so much cleaner. Joke did just enough.
It's a great smoke timing from Forsaken. Right as they're coming towards C. That could buy them precious extra
I guess you
seconds.
need the server in this comp to break shit, right?
No one getting hit by that one as the wall.
Like, you don't have anything to break anything.
Into the sides, the Nightfall's gonna go across, and that's gonna hit damn near everyone. Hit, however, does come
Nice.
way, but Divine swinging out of the time.
Oh, so unlucky. It's lovely. Nice retake, boys.
And that is going to be the plant denied as PRX.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Looking at fantastic.
You swear something's Euro ult or not yet? That Euro ult was good. That Euro ult was pretty good. It was not a bad Euro ult.
This round is very quickly.
Was it the best Euro ult of all time? No. It was a 6.5. It was a 6.5, 7. About 7.
And that is all about their decision making there with their utility and with their timings.
The problem is that nobody followed him to re-establish the line on A, and Giacomo was just watching him and kind of saying, well, if no one stood next to you, I'm going to stay here and just keep the line and know that you've not got rubble. And then he did kind of fall back, but then he kind of still... Like, Joke was still kind of like, well, I think they're still A. That's how it felt like that one. Oh.
This is just an orb grab here for PRX. Nobody.
No, we're using so much shooter, man.
Pretty well aware of it. So quick pivot over to
Oh my god. Elia found the one tiny angle.
It's one hell of a shot.
Watch your PRX done to make it cleaner. So what I guess what I was trying to say is that like so he's Euro-ulting here, but Joke's just stood here looking and saying, well, no one's coming down to take rubble. So if you try and come out your ult, I will kill you. And right now I still have rubble. So like someone should have come down and then got the line, and then PRX have rubble control again.
See the A side over here. Our PRX. Not sure if they even hear that drone. Forsaken will sling over to stairs.
Position. Maybe try to spray through the wall, but the wall is not raised. And on the Jiggle Peak, we'll be able to spot out a multitude of players. The question is, G2, do they pivot in the connector and try to get a plant down?
Big for Jing.
Jing is watching. Swung out wide.
30 seconds left.
Oh. Get out.
Fish for him here. Jing unable to avoid the stun. No swing coming through from Leaf, however. He gets away.
Oh, no.
Pressuring forward, able to find one. Leaf now gonna be
He gets two. Oh my god.
The loss of Jogamo in the early stages of the round leaves G2 reeling. They fight back. They're showing their tenacity.
The value of the Euro ult wasn't good, not because the Euro ult was bad, but because we didn't use it. Like the Euro ult idea is about a 7 out of 10. Like there are maybe better ways to use a Euro ult or set up your round around a Euro ult, but I think re-clearing A like that in the moment was the correct play from Ilya. What wasn't the correct play was us not using it to actually get the space. We didn't go up with it.
G2 though, not gonna fall for it.
Exactly.
Immediate pivot over. Everybody was there from PRX. That spam is doing a ton of damage.
Down to 31.
Why did I hear this Hunter's Fury twice?
Forsaken dead. Trent able to find value there.
You know you fucked up if the Hunter's Furies killed your Omen.
That's the smokes that you no longer have to be concerned about.
They've got they're on a kind of, they can buy next round, but they are putting in stingers. No.
They're gonna just pop flash and push out of this one. And that's gonna be Valen taken down as TP out. Jogamo.
We vice-sorted this.
Overdrive.
Why?
Finds the headshots across.
We had no HP and we were 3v4.
40 health between the two of them versus 4 players on the side of G2. Seems like as the pendulum swings, we're just going to be trading back these round wins. Line will not connect, but something just dropping down into the site. Instantly noted and dealt with. Jogama with a huge round to keep things neck and neck. As he gets the ping reveal at the end. 4K here for the Neon, 4 rounds for G2.
I think G2 are gonna have a
great momentum swing, a great economy swing.
G2 are gonna have a retake style, I think, on their defense.
Get themselves right back into the thick of it, using some of those ultimates to great effect. Jogamo, Desk was talking about his Neon, and he's showing you why. He is so highly regarded on that agent. Absolutely destructive with the overdrive. Jing one away from another showstopper though. It's PRX looks to line up.
Oh.
G2's just been holding back on these, maybe sending Jog out a bit. Oh, Jog.
Why?
Able to find the kill, Forsaken again. First one to fall here for PRX, having a rough go of it. Thinking about it, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, 0 kills.
I told you like 6 rounds ago they're just gonna pressure rubble like this every round, man.
Been a bit of a struggle.
They're not even full committing. They just know our comp is like.
Valen goes to check the A site.
Doesn't stick it. Just seeing when he can spot out, trying to garner some interest from PRX towards A side. Something he's trying to make his way around the back here of this team. Spotted onto the leg of Defy. Just flying through, but he's taking so much damage and take it down. Bring them down. Valen clearing the crowd, still watching for this angle, but not able to win the fight. He does manage to find one, but Patman now flushed out and swing in. Needs something all alone. Trying to find a little bit of additional impact here, but Leaf holding forward, catches him unawares. It's G2 now reestablishing the lead.
Yeah, just a little minor adjustment here on this opener for G2. Just look for the pick. Throw out some util to make sure that the area around the orb is just not going to be assailable for the players of PRX. And you catch Forsaken trying to hold an angle there just a little bit. Phenomenal work by Jogamo on these entries.
I'll be so annoyed if they've got to play again tomorrow. They don't get any fucking breaks, man. Okay, no, they don't. Okay. If they were to lose, they don't. And if they win, they don't. Okay.
Trying to TP him forward.
A lot of aggressive space taken off of this one. The wall raised. He's just going to go pushing forward.
Nice.
Cutting him down. The paranoia now going to be sent next onto the 3 remaining players. Aftershock try to create some space. They deny the weapon grab here.
You gotta suspect the Forsaken.
Can someone just get that rifle, please?
You just have to suspect it as G2. He's just gonna grab the gun.
Weapon gonna be picked up, juggles it back. Says, I'm more than content to continue playing this with a Bucky. Does eventually backpedal.
Ah. Hylia, we're 4v3.
Something holding here on the close angle.
And you've got a sheriff.
Looking forward, but Valen, sixth sense tingling there. Decides to back away. Doesn't peek in onto the angle. TP check from Forsaken. Not sure how much was spotted there, but drone could pretty much tell the story because you're going to be anticipating that all these players are going to be remaining together. But oh, just what a spot! That blind dart through. I think it does get
oh my god
by that one, but then TP's forward up into the smoke. Doesn't check down. Gets the reveal.
Jason's a lunatic, man, when he plays Omen.
Gets himself a third, but Jordan being able to fight back for a little bit more, but now finds himself all alone still. Tagged down to 33.
Nice.
And as he swoops out Defiant, we'll find the final kill to confirm the MasterCard Thrifty and keep us tied at 5-5.
What a way to get on the board for Forsaken.
I need to get more drink. Like I've drank a full bottle of.
I thought he was gonna ace with it.
I did too for a second. I thought when he started pushing that corner, I'm like, oh boy.
It's so hot in my room, man. It's unbelievable.
This Masters will have everything if he pulls that off. That's a hell of a round for PRX. We've seen them do that. Usually it's with the judge and a little bit of a stronger buy to back it up that they'll go for that aggressive TP play at the front of A. Do have a showstopper.
Take off clothes. It's so hot. This is worse than when I was in Korea in the summer.
Pushing up for Forsaken. Okay, well.
Okay, I'm gonna open my window.
He's gonna be the answer. Gets himself a rifle. Gets himself dead. Off the start of the round once again. Push forward, Leaf. Likely favored here on this peak. Something gonna have to be jumping on the spot, and he is. Woo. Closes out.
My window was already open, but I've now like, if a seagull did perch on my window, they can now just walk into my room.
Has to have his head
So if I do get a seagull in my room, it's your guys' fault. I'm blaming you.
Gunbarrel spotted, clips him just through the
It's PRX's fault. I'm from Brighton. I'm not from London. I moved.
A lot of the times, but just cannot hit that hospital flick. Valen comes up with a second elimination.
Patience paying off for G2 there.
It might as well be London though, it's the same place. It's only an hour away.
Jing similarly. Could be doing very much the same, and the spray is just off. Patman finding one, wide swings out, gets a headshot, but can't get the kill.
Yeah, we have not understood how to scale Rubble.
One more round to go at the half.
It seems like we're getting hard antied around here.
G2 so aware of PRX's tendencies. Again, getting those players just far enough out that they can find them.
Like, we just need to take it together, or we don't take it. I don't think there's just any in-between shit.
4K for the IGL. Having a great one, and yeah, I think you got to be a little bit frustrated there. Again, PRX just kind of falling one by one. You have this showstopper.
But now they're doing... These players are going to get into B whilst they distract, I think.
Into that Bucky again. You can see that G2 very wary of that showstopper.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
See if it's going to be pulled here. With Jogamo, that's the last target you want to have. That Neon has the escapability. Get away. Just a lot of patience being shown this time by PRX. Jiggle Peak spotted.
I'm trying to get a catch, but trying to get the Neon. Going to prove to be difficult, and the showstopper doesn't actually go deep enough. Otherwise, it might have actually been able to find him.
What is that, Lish?
Pushing forward onto the side, able to find one. Forsaken comes up with another Bucky elimination. So Spike gets ready to be planted.
There you go, C.
Gonna be at one audio list just sending out the flashes.
Oh, Jason's on a good timing. Oh, you need to walk, bro. Walk, little bro.
It's upgraded to a Vandal.
You got no HP though.
Corner plant, the push forward, right here.
Oh.
Spike down, C.
Forsaken.
Valen's got his ult.
Playing it so intelligently, and you're right. Valen does have the from the shadows. Wants to try to get the shot there on the Jing. He's unable to do so. They know exactly where he's at. Patman on the corner swing.
6.
In perfect position.
Are you a caffeine guy? No, I do drink a lot of fizzy drinks though. But it's not for caffeine, it's just for addiction to sugary tasting shit.
Really putting on a good show here. Some great fundamentals.
Okay, all I want to do though is just remind us last time we played this map. Because last time there were some problems.
We're gonna get ready to send it down. Yinsu is standing by for an interview with some of Jonah P's biggest supporters. Toronto, show him some love.
There were some problems last time we played attack on this map.
It is a very special experience being here, being able to watch these games live, and I'm bringing you guys a special guest, Jonah P's brother, Justin P. Can I call you that?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Justin P.
How the nerves, you know, this game, it cannot get closer than that half.
I'm stressed. I'm a bit nervous. Not as nervous as I was for the final Bangkok. Watching at home, my hands were shaking. I'm probably still shaking a bit now, but I'm really excited for him and all of G2. And I know they can do it.
Now, you've supported him every step of the way through this journey. What does it mean to be able to watch him on a stage like this in Canada, you know, in his home turf?
It's amazing to be in Canada, to be at home, to him being the representative of Canada for the G2 scene, and also being able to come here because we're from Montreal, so it wasn't that.
This guy's well spoken.
Being able to see him
Does it
live
surprise
is
me?
amazing.
Not really.
And lastly, is there anything
He's got the
P
DNA.
Just remind him what I said. G2 has boss energy. They can't be like if anybody can come back, they can do it. He can do it. I believe in him. I know. Every time we used to play together back in the day, everybody accused him of hacking every single game. So he just had something special, and I know he has it, and I know he has it in it to win today.
That's right. We believe in G2, don't we, guys? We believe in them. Thank you very much, Justin, for joining me. And let's see if G2 can close out this
Justin
match.
P. That was
We
good.
shall see neck and neck between the two teams here. PRX 1 and 2 in pistols. Let's see if they're going to be able to find themselves a second here on Lotus. Granted, of course, they did drop the anti-eco in the follow-up round.
Yes.
So some other concerns to be had, but
I'm gonna get my drink. I'm sorry.
You still got that going for you. You came out 6-6 on that half. You know, even though, yes, you were crushing on the defender side the last time you played this map, I think you should be more confident most of the time on your attacker side as PRX. G2, phenomenal on defense no matter what map they're playing on. They're just really, really solid fundamentally, obviously. And they have tremendous aimers, tremendous fraggers. We saw it time and time again where they were winning some of those first duels just out in the open. A little bit of util to create some space.
My guess
for
here
Dynamo, for Valen to
is
go out
that
there
G2
get the job done in rubble. Here on defense,
will play
they'll be able to keep it up.
for
Some of the best
retakes
angle holders on the planet. Leaf in particular
on this
is
defense.
so nasty, especially when he shifts over to C. Not going to be the case in this round, but
They
Leaf is just
actually
holding those tight angles, finding those kills.
they might do what Team Liquid did and play 1A until PRX prove that they can beat a team playing 1A, and they might play that because they can also do good retakes with this comp. Like the drone and the neon and the breach, probably good at retaking it. So yeah, we'll see how this interaction goes because it might be some prep from G2 here.
Solo mission has the gate crash set up back over the spawn. Trying to go for a quick exit, but he wants to try to draw some attention.
Why?
It's just a timing hit. Portal closed. Oh, he's not going to TP. I thought maybe they'd TP, but he's gained so much space.
He can't.
PRX is going to use that instead.
He's got no escape.
This is the one they're going to roll with.
But now it's going to be a double re-clear of this tree position here from G2. Want to make sure that they haven't actually lost control of it.
Oh my god, he's just solo. No, you can show. Ilya. You got your teammates about to come. And then Jason also swings solo, man.
Spike being planted here by Patman. Bolt line not available, flash is expended.
Gotta worry about this relay bolt from Jog.
We're in an awkward post-plant position.
Valen with the paranoia as he gets closer. Boombot. Sent, not able to find any damage there. Field coming through. Jing, however, just swinging forward with a frenzy. Looking for a little bit
Nice.
more. Patman will take the final kill.
Okay, so I think that's a big round, narratively speaking. Bro,
I love
man,
this pistol
this
setup
game is
from
so
PRX.
interesting,
It
man.
gives them a lot of different options in this round. And it's like, if something doesn't make any contact, we can go back the other way. Otherwise, if he hears something, if he senses something, he has that TP to go over to C that can explode to that site. Something there. Does a nice job. One of the things that G2 does against PRX...
So PRX immediately on the round 1, if G2 were actually preparing to play a 1A style, PRX beat it in the first round. And so if that is their game plan, then we'll have to see like what's G2's second approach.
Playing around, trying to drum up some interest. Keep the stack over towards C. In the meantime,
And then do we see this? How good is this retake coming in? Are they gonna do this? Is it a retake A game plan? Bro, I set this up in the before they even started playing, and it's like
Try to get a little bit deeper.
coming
Find a good
true.
angle for that Marshall.
Ooh. Very close to being able to find that. Just a hair off as the push gets ready to come through. Patman going to be paranoid up, but something's got the covering fire. As he slides
He's just
back
pistol
around the
though.
corner. Flash now connecting. Read the name, don't
They
look
did
at the
force
image.
buy.
Trying to follow the action.
Guys.
Slides down into drop. Jonah P will lose his life, but it's now
Beautiful, clean as well, clean.
cleaned up. PRX this time, not dropping the anti-eco. The force buy from G2 only finds a single kill.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that G2 dipped into that well twice. That is dangerous stuff. Giving PRX.
Oh no, I hate it, man. G2 style means they just always have shit guns, which is just really good against
Right as
PRX.
Jagomo's trying to dash in. This is what you need from something. That sniping is his calling card. That and shorties. He needs to be impactful in that role. He needs to get those first kills going. He's going to be backed off by the relay bolt.
No!
Away, and he's gonna
Oh.
push forward. Find one. And Trent trying to collect that orb, but Jagomo will be able to collect the kill. Pushes forward, and that's going to be a solid amount of information gained, given that you do have Leaf lingering there outside of B. So this tells them everyone from PRX is going to be pushing forward into the C site where Valen is waiting to try to hold the line.
No.
Crunch from behind, getting ready to come through. Noise going to be made. Now
Okay.
be noted as Jagomo is all by himself. The sheer wall.
They're not gonna expect Jonah though.
Person flank.
Oh.
Tight angle being held here by Jonah P.
No prowlers. Have to check the old
Oh, he
lane.
does.
Jonah P
They check their corners.
holding just a little bit too high. Shot whizzes right over Jing's head.
Anders said it's over at 6-6. You mean as in like he thinks that G2 can't
Side of
win?
the map here. Leaf with the Bucky. What kind of position
This
can he
this
hit
comp
is the question.
this comp
It's just going to be a backside affair.
they don't check this corner though. Yeah, this like I was saying, I think this I didn't really go into it because I didn't want to jinx anything. Both these comps are attack sided, right? This comp is attack sided. They have no senti, and they have no real way of dealing with the double dive. If PRX just want to double dive, they don't have the best way to deal with it. So stylistically, I think that they should be going for retakes more. Like I said, I don't know.
Goes up 9-6.
This is a surprising composition.
Hold on against the force buy of G2. Claim the follow-up. They're looking good to start.
And now my question is, I mean, you've been bringing this Marshall out.
I should have been on a call with Anders, but I think he'd be far more stressed than me, and I think that it would.
Split was instrumental in them.
I think I could. I don't think I would aggravate him at all, but I could very easily piss him off.
Something is getting that
And I think my presence would be kind of annoying probably, because it's like I don't have as much invested.
They're going to try to barrel in here.
Prowler doesn't actually get the catch there on the Leaf. Gripped it back to the right a little bit too soon. Showstopper, does he check?
We don't check
for it?
corners. We don't check corners.
Absolutely tearing them asunder.
Asunder.
Down onto Patman as well, is able to get away from the snake bite, but that is going to be a player advantage as well as health advantage. Very much in G2's hands.
When a new map dropped, how do pros decide which agent would be good? They don't. Their coaches decide. I'm joking.
Someone would be aware, but they were
Yeah, you try some different things, and then you play scrims, and sometimes in scrims you get owned by some stuff, and then a meta develops in scrims. And then like it's almost like when a new map comes out, you'll see that each region probably has their own take on the map because they've been scrimming against their own region. You know?
Very good to close the gap, get themselves up to 7. Forsaken. I feel like he's going to stick around here. Late linger, try to get a flank going.
We're going to get a nightfall off of this.
What is this angle, Jason? Like, why is he stood next to a fucking wall like that?
Just so on top of things.
Like, you guys know, like, how, like, that works, right? Like, he half his body's showing for no reason. Like, Leaf, if he stood where Leaf is right now, it's good. Why is he stood so close to the wall?
Connection from the fault line. Devi swung out wide. In a risky spot. Gets timing. Trent able to find it.
Pat's got 10 HP. If he didn't have 10 HP, I think Pat wins that.
Starts around as a monster, ends it as 1. 4K for him. Breaks this minor little streak here from
They thought the crowd had cleared it. Oh, I didn't see.
Back on the horse. Keep damn near everyone alive.
Yeah, this is just one of those rounds where one unchecked angle basically ends the round before it even starts. To make matters worse, you threw a
and just tilted out after the one before.
Get any value out of it. That's troublesome for PRX. The buys are going to be mostly good. Patman had to buy down to a Bulldog.
What's this? He's got like a shot lineup for the main.
The full buy now.
Got double shot.
Again here for G2. Pit available for Leaf. Let's see what he wants to do with that. If he even wants to invest
recon.
it.
Neon wall with recon. Spam through maybe.
Yeah, Jog knew right away.
Immediate backpedal.
Nope.
Flash sent out. PRX in control here for the moment. Sheer wall set up. In case anybody goes on a deep little lurk.
Actually going to use the TP deep towards A.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
With the some swing. Able to find Jonah P. Immediately Dimensional Drift going to be going out. Jogamo going to be taken down as Forsaken finds him over outside of stairs. Spraying across Valor. Dead. Trent trying to push the smoke, but Jing's already there. The sheer wall, noted Leaf. Devi looking for him. The headshot does come in. I mean, Leaf still demanding respect, but still had far too much put on his plate. He falls to the wayside, and PRX prevent G2 from building up momentum as they hit double digits.
Love the way that they're exploding here. Once they make some contact.
Why is Smokes getting timed down?
And then it's just everybody heading to the site and immediately
people are killing themselves. People are sacrificing themselves to add more coal to the fire. More coal to the train.
Of the space that he's not checking, ready for that top spot.
They're jumping in the furnace.
Overwhelmed G2.
If you type exclamation mark vanish, you go into the furnace.
This is a team that has handled PRX with
I've not called for any vanishes yet. We don't need vanishes yet.
In the last 2 times
but if you feel like you need to,
this time around,
maybe for your own mental health, then you can.
Very, very formidable.
What is vanish?
It's all about some of these little mistakes that PRX has cleaned up.
It stops. It times you out for 2 minutes.
When something doesn't go right, they're not.
Or in the metaphorical landscape of Valorant, you throw yourself into the furnace for fuel.
It's okay. That didn't work last time. Let's try something different.
Why do they keep showing the refs? I know. The real answer is probably because they're friends with the people who get to choose who they get to show. So sometimes you'll see people on screen who.
First timeout call here from G2. A pit available. Hunter's Fury 1 charge off. The players, the coaching staff, knowing that they need to prevent this momentum build up here from the side of PRX. Can't just bet on another PRX TL situation occurring once again.
Nope.
Didn't happen on Split for you.
It will not work if everyone spams it? What does that mean?
So once again, G2.
Why not?
Pushing forward, this time committing to the rubble control, and we'll be able to force the Aura.
Okay, we forced the Viper ult out early.
Looking to try to make them reroute the Hunter's Fury.
And they used a Sova ult?
On the entry. PRX.
Oh, why did he still get a kill? How's he still got a kill?
Invested here from Leaf, looking to try to make them reroute in the Hunter's Fury.
Oh, he hit
Similarly,
Hat straight
gets them
away.
on the entry.
Oh,
PRX,
so
okay,
unlucky.
managed to grab the orb, but Batman on towards the A site where Valens still sat here on top of Rubble, just with the Stinger. But if anybody can get value at that range,
Like,
of course
Trent's ult was technically bad. Like, he thought he was trying to ult for that side of the button.
Is there, but Trent is there a little bit faster. Valen now on the repeat, gets his vision back. He's able to find Forsaken. Jing just with a
Let's just get some economic damage here. Let's just kill some people.
knocked down to 37 HP.
I don't care we lost this round. Just get some damage.
Sometimes G2 will make quick rotations. If there's any space open on the map, this may already be sort of a save position here for PRX. We'll have to see.
I mean, we probably should save.
Spike out in the open.
So both teams want to save, though, is the problem.
Divide does grab it.
Like, honestly, they don't know it, but they should just go plant A. Like, and I think they
no information of what awaits them beyond the doors.
Yeah, that's risky. No, they got enough money. They got enough money. They should be planting A. They have enough money. They should have planted A. This is bad. Like, we should have put some pressure on their economy. They should have put pressure on economy.
Trent's timings being so
Get a cheeky plant here, and then just play like a weird, like, post plant where we just play with the door open.
And Trent, just such a good player. You know, obviously so well known for his KO. One of the best on the planet at that agent in the previous patch, but here back on the Sova, his old quintessential.
He hit the first one, but then didn't hit the second one. It's weird.
Up on top of a Stinger, doing some real damage. But that's just a classic round there from G2.
Please stop fucking. I don't know what you said there. Please stop fucking.
Really tough decisions
Was it trying to? I don't know.
Because you don't have any map.
I got fade up.
You're gonna have to find ways to fight out of it. PRX here already spamming Valen off that angle. Want to take Mound. They have successfully done so. Apparently, 3 players of G2 on the B site. They're going to use the drone to clear. Maybe heard here either side of PRX. In fact, they're going to be the ones to open the door. G2 backing off. They don't like the lack of vision that they have. They were just trying to play for a pinch, I believe, on the Mound. PRX continued in that direction. Now PRX has that Nightfall. Jing close to a showstopper.
Okay, we're executing this way. I wonder if they could aftershot the.
Here they go.
Into the site for free, relatively.
Oh my god, are we planting open?
Playing respectful.
We're pushing.
The shots. Paranoia, however, connecting on the multiple players. Shut them back.
Okay. No, it's so obvious now, though. We should have went the other direction. Oh, our post plants.
That push out was for.
Onto the corner, relay
Dead,
something. Pretty much stuck here in position. And John Forsaken doing his damage to try to keep his teammate protected, but he cannot make it happen. The slide in divide. Cuts down the knee.
Oh, Jing, how you
Jing up over top of the box. A 2v4 now. Has to swing out. And Patman's only going to be good for 1. Fault line does not connect.
Oh, the whiff. Yeah, our post plants are kind of poor on this map, it feels like. And so we've tried to play aggressive. But like, we're not.
G2 masterfully dodging that Nightfall was so impactful in that round.
We're not thinking enough.
And then anticipating the crossfire setup that something got stuck into. Forsaken had to come to try to bail him out. And they're so ready for it. And the double swing there. Nice little jiggle peek from Jonah P as well. Really well thought out and coordinated by G2. Understanding what that aggressive push out by PRX was all about. You just need a paranoia
because we forced out so much util on C2, if we just played for the site and fade ulted them when they came in, we win that round, I think. But instead, we make it really telegraphed that we're going to be taking Waterfall, and only Waterfall with 2 people, so we can't win the trades. And they just get to breach stun us because it's so obvious what we're doing. And Neon stun us. The problem is that PRX really hate just holding. But if they put that aggression down, then held, it would have been good.
Just the retake, just understanding the utility that was going to be coming their way.
Being able to avoid the Nightfall allows them to get back in that much faster, that much cleaner. Rough tidings for PRX. As the final timeout gets sent. see what they're able to scrape together, but for Jogamo, he's got an operator in hand now. Looking at these early advantages. Seems like he's gonna maybe go for a bit of a forward peek over towards A.
This is a critical round for Paper
And then they're the cast event. I mean, they keep just Achilles and Paper Thin just keep getting PaperX games. I would imagine they really wanted this game though. There's a gigabyte.
Oh, that was so close.
Bounce across in towards the corner.
Oh. Why is little bro peeking by himself?
Try to find that kill. Not gonna be cleared.
Oh, Elias out on the what?
Allows for Jing to stay alive here
No,
for the moment. The door gate crash back into a lobby. It's like PRX trying to see if they can catch somebody.
He's got an op though. He's got an op. This is so sick from G2. Thank God, man. Thank God.
Forsaken does get the headshot to answer back. Leon on the floor.
Elias doing some funky shit though. Plant come.
Second hand here for Patman.
No!
This is going to be no, so Showstopper not going to be built up, but right here. A rare little oopsie from Trent on the shock dart.
Okay, it's fine.
Find an initial chip value.
Vice Wall gets tripped. It's going to let him know that there's a lurking player. Should be Devi's responsibility.
Toxins going up.
Oh, he's gonna get double cleared out though.
Timing for Leaf.
The haunt sent, nothing spotted.
Oh, nice.
At the ready. Gets rid of the flanker. The time starting to dwindle the swing out. The instant headshot into the spray down.
Why?
Answering back,
Like, there's no.
to carry them forward.
I hate how PaperX play.
Jing at 32 HP. They're frantically hunting.
I love how PaperX play.
But they have them surrounded.
Oh.
They have them split. And PaperX's timeout.
Like this is an argument I'd have with my players. Like what Lish did was technically fine, but I disagree with it. What Lish did was technically fine.
Early to get to that tree door to open it, but this time he TP's back. They go for a stacked push, and that's a great call.
Like I think Fnatic players would have done what Lish did, but I always have this thing where like I wouldn't have risked it, but I'm a pussy, so.
Forsaken and Jing in lockstep there. That duo, so good.
We might.
Played together.
I should have called for some vanishes last round, I think. I should have called for it this round.
Out of the equation. That's that showstopper once again, not needing to be a concern. Players bounding through the door. Trails telling the story here for Devi. He will just
make some noise on C.
Position just in front of B. Something pushed up forward. Finds one.
Ilia's played so fucking well this map. I know that people are criticizing defense, but on attack side, Ilia's been fucking phenomenal. He's made some mistakes, but he's been so good.
Yeah, they were expecting PaperX to go to A again to try to double down into what had been working.
Make some, just ticky-tacky, make some noise. Like, technically, these players, like, I'd be very angry right now if there was any C players. But it's fine, there's no C players, so we played it perfectly. We played it perfectly because we're results-based analysis now. I don't care if they're right or wrong. Why didn't... We don't know.
Something looks like he's gonna go.
We have a Vice
towards that one-way.
Oh, there's a full brawl. No, the Vice. Oh, the Vice is secretly kind of okay.
Here in anticipation, we'll find the weapons of the two on the opposite side of the door. Recon going to be cleared out. This fault line does not connect onto something. After shock, he's already swung out forward. He's already got that.
Ilia! Ilia's trying to do pop-in swing every single fucking time, man. Why? Well, you can't pop-in swing every time.
One away.
Oh my God.
From knocking G2 into the lower bracket.
This is just really good calling from PaperX. Round-to-round changes are absolutely befuddling G2. They're seeing a very different PaperX today. It isn't just full-on early committals. The first side of contact not always going to be where PaperX is going to go. Something with these
we need some vanishes.
On the Yoru have been giving them
we need some vanishes.
And G2 is going to pop what could be their final time out of the match.
And that is something that we were not seeing versus Team Liquid. It was something regularly getting punished off the rip, misjudging how much free space he had, pushing forward into C, trying to
We're not good when we hit 12. We're not good when we hit 12.
Unawares of his surroundings,
But this timeout is a perfect timeout for us. It's a perfect time to time
right
out.
there alongside Jing, who is leading the lobby. A big bounce back from what we saw. For G2 now, though, an all-in send. 3 rounds needed in a row.
There's this bit on my stream that's like a bit rate monitor. Bro, I keep thinking it's something about heart rate monitor. I was gonna say my heart rate does not look that low.
To keep themselves in this upper bracket.
A couple big ults to play with in this round. You've got that Hunter's Fury.
And this is lost. He hasn't took for 30 minutes.
So on point with these Hunter's Furies. It's always seemingly good for one.
Do I watch Sen as well? No. I would keep those games for VOD review.
Getting as much
I'll
value
VOD review
for G2.
tomorrow.
It needs to right here, or it's all going to come to an end. Outlaw in the hands of something.
No.
TP, top of rubble. Opts to not stick
Do we have a
around.
spare
Knows
gun?
when to overstay
Or he's
his
just buying
welcome.
the outlaw. They've got to.
Avoid the gamble here from G2.
They got so ult breach shot for retake.
Will provide a nightfall for Patman. Showstopper.
At least we're not stupid like heretics. You see. Remember heretics would always.
The Rolling Thunder out the door. Look at this, shove that back. Smoke gets
Ah.
with the Hunter's Fury, able to find its value.
They got
But
3
get taken down.
hits.
Showstopper lobbed in to no avail. Something does manage to find one. Jonah P going to be traded out. In the end, as the dust settles, it's a 4v4. But G2
We
has
did get their
successfully
ults out.
staved them off.
Pat can take.
There's
Pat.
2 players, 3 players
Pat can't
left
take ult
with
if we
50
took ult.
armor. So it isn't going to kill anybody in one shot.
Yeah, 2-0 massive night for me. Friday night.
So this buy,
Brighton.
see if something can still get value out of it.
I'm gonna be like,
Great line
I'm gonna
there
be
by
on the
G2,
town
pushing
like
for that
TMV,
easy
chanting
ammo
like
with the Hunter's
TMV
Fury
when Wolves
onto
won.
that choke point that PRX is trying to force their way through.
That recon's beautiful.
It's going to be a spot on
That recon is beautiful.
By himself. Leaf trying to reposition. Leavers his
Ah.
chance to this push. On the closer
Why is
angle.
the observer?
Something for the second shot. Wow. Able to find him in the end.
No.
In the head is Jogomo. Similarly, tearing them apart outside of A. The swing in, divide, winning the fight.
12 seconds,
The time is just not quite there. Trent will get the pick, and that is going to be the round over. Nothing more than something could do. Just 2
What is the
HP.
point of having a lurk on one side of the map?
They will
If we're-
scrape by with the win. They find their stability. The ult usage is perfect. And now
What is
they
the
need
point
2
of having
more
a lurk
rounds
on one side of the
to
map?
take this into OT.
This is a great call here from G2. Willingly giving up space on C to set up for this ult combo. Who works a
You
trade
don't
and
prior to
just
that.
PRX
You don't.
just
You
kinda
got
not
such.
accounting for somebody being at the door. And yeah, they're just walking right by it, not even checking it.
Yeah, we need some. We need some. We need
That's
some.
a tilter for sure. You're also giving G2 the ability to get some guns into this round. They get
We're
a little bit of their economy back. Leaf is going to have a judge. PRX is yeah, a little bit scattered.
Stinger and a Bulldog in the mix, plenty of half armors. Be a great time for Jogomo to try to go for that outlaw, but wants to play pacey. Speaking of which, Dimensional Drift immediately sent here from something. Bounding out of it, Shorty's in hand, he finds Jonah P. Jogomo taken down by Jing. Trent pushing forward, able to find one, but he's quickly overwhelmed. A 2v4 with Leaf for the judge. Valen fighting 1, fighting 2, fighting 3. Valen! The captain,
Flashback
the
sight.
IGL, the
No.
Omen God, looking to keep them in it, and he has it! The 4K! The dominance! As we are 1 round away from being taken to overtime.
Is it really that difficult to swing together? Like, is it really that difficult?
And then one position that they can't beat. 1 by 1, they swing. 1 by 1, they fall. And Valen steps up. And that's got G2 right back into it.
We used all 3 ults. We're 1 away from Vice Salt. We should be taking Vice Salt, little bro. Oh. Why are we rushing B? Just go take the Vice Salt. Come on. Come on, go take that Vice Salt.
His team as they look to get this into OT.
1 away from the Steel Garden for Divide.
Peeking Jogomo, able to spot out multiple players.
He's got that overdrive to boot. That is so scary. Saw what he can do with it earlier.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Contact
stupid.
found, Patman. Force the tucked back here for the moment. Tap on the door, Jing.
We can't even take the ult. Can we please give Divide the fucking spike at least, guys? Oh, he's gone flank watch duty.
Is on Divide.
He's not going to expect 2.
Spike being planted, finds the first, but he doesn't anticipate the second layer.
Oh, he's been shot from a fucking wall? You telling me that's legit?
And that's going to be a player advantage here for the side of PRX. Hasn't meant a ton for them in these past
The tree door opens and now we get scared because it's hard now.
Two-player split. Valen, Trent, in through tree. Jonah P. Checking stairs, watching for a late wraparound. Forsaken on the push, is able to find Valen, traded out. Patman holding close, finds it, and it's all down to Trent, and he cannot make it happen! PRX!
Never in doubt.
Into this tournament seeking redemption! And now they can say, you asked for this, you picked us!
The circle of time. From last year to this year, PRX was beaten down by G2, and they find their revenge here, and they go forward into the playoffs. The Pride of Pacific, PRX, will continue on after what looked like it might have been what you could call a heartbreaking loss, or win, excuse me, a heartbreaking win that would have broken some teams, and they came right out here, and they beat one of the favorites to win this event 2-0.
The mirror image, the reflection is inverted. PRX take down G2 and keep themselves in the upper bracket. They will take their bows in front of these elated fans as they have pulled off something that not many people thought was going to happen here today. Do you know what? He's abandoned the train. I'm happy to take the reins. Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard, choo-choo! Full steam ahead as PRX look immaculate. We're gonna go ahead.
Has anyone got a choo-choo motherfucker? Can someone in Discord put the choo-choo motherfucker? So I can post it to Twitter.
Track by track, this PRX train just keeps moving, and as they pick up their first win here at playoffs, I'm gonna try and grab Devi over here for a quick interview. Hello, come and join me, come and join me. Come and stand over here. First of all, congratulations, Devi. You get your revenge on G2, you pick up this massive win here. But my question to you is, how did you mentally recover what happened against Team Lookit? Because often that is the most difficult part.
I mean, after the Liquid game, it wasn't easy, I would say. We went back and we had a team talk, and everyone was saying their parts, and we tried to understand from each other.
What's Ilya's name on Twitter, by the way?
Because we knew
I'm giving
coming
it
to the playoff is not gonna be easier than the Swiss, you know.
What was your reaction when you saw the G2 pick Lotus? Because it's still a little bit traumatic, right?
I mean, we kind of knew that when G2 got the third pick, they're gonna choose us, because I think at the moment everyone wanna avoid Genji, so we knew that G2 gonna pick on them in that moment. But I mean, you can't really complain much. You just have to work harder, and the better team win, you know.
When it comes to the conductors of the PRX train, there's a few of them, but I want to ask about Mini, because throughout stage 1 back in Pacific, we heard you guys talk about Mini's helping you a lot with your defense side. So coming into this tournament,
I felt a bit fraud like.
What's he been up to?
Yeah, he's still helping us. Usually after matches, he would give us like some notes to work on it individually, especially on CT. I mean on defense. So yeah, I mean it's working out great, and hopefully even though we close out 2-0 today, I'm pretty sure there's some notes that we can go back and read his notes.
What notes did he give you specifically? What did he say you need to do?
I mean, usually for me, he just focused on the ulti, because sometimes I don't really use the ulti much because I was lurking and stuff. So yeah, just the utility wise.
Very last
question.
Where's
this? Is this the
team
trade?
In the playoffs, a lot of people underestimate your region. So what is it about Pacific that you think is so strong right now and is better than the other regions?
I think.
Wait, why is everyone? Why have suddenly got 500 more viewers? I get one shout out on stream.
Aggressiveness. I think the Pacific play better in terms of the other region when it comes to
FNS effect. Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think in terms of aggressive. Yeah.
Well, it's a very good day today.
Thank you,
Divide.
everyone.
Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you again.
I have to be honest. I know there's probably a lot of new chat, like a lot of new people here. I didn't do very much. I genuinely, I've done very, very little. Like, I'm not being humble. I've done very, very little. When I joined, the boys were already very good. Like, I know they were losing, but like, when I joined, like, Patman was in the team, and their performance coach was doing like a really good job, and they were like bashing their scrims, and they were doing really good stuff. And like, I gave them a few notes. It really wasn't much. I'm not being humble. It's really annoying. I'm really not being humble. I've done about 11 days now worth of work from when we started in stage 1 till now. 11 days, that's nothing, honestly. And please stop calling me humble. Sincerely. Like, I think the boys would probably be like, if I was Lish there, I'd be like, they're asking me about Mini. Fucking, like, who cares? Cocky prick. Yeah, I'm a cocky prick. Thank you very much, Talking you, sorry. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that. Yeah, we get it. No, I like genuinely. Thank you, Anders. GG's, Anders. I'm sorry. I don't know how to. I was thinking, Anders, it would have been fun to watch party together, but I don't think it would have been healthy. I don't think it would have been very healthy. Thank you, Shivy. P Shivy. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry, I tapped that to make a tweet. Zoltox, thank you very much. If you wanted to see the TMV chats, they're here. I'll go through them at some point, but not right now. 1,000 viewers. Should I have quite a lot of viewers, and I feel bad if I don't just continue the watch party. I think we could bask in our glory as PaperX fans, and watch some inferior teams play Valorant. These teams, like, you know, China, they do their best PaperX impression, but they're not PaperX, and then suddenly this, you know, they structured Valorant, boring, more like boring Valorant. Run the ads. I mean, for a co-stream, these numbers are big, but like for my VOD reviews, these numbers, like, not to be cocky, but like my numbers have started to get to this point, like I'm very happy about that kind of way. So I'm not going to spam you with ads just because I have more viewers than usual for co-streams. But I guess I should run them anyway because we're on a break, right? I'll run them anyway. I'm sweating, man. I got sweat pouring off of my fucking head. My room is so hot. I'm on the 4th floor of a British house, and British homes are not built for any kind of heat. And then in Britain, we have like the most humid heat possible. And so it's not real, it's not even real. It's not even fun heat. It's just, you want to die heat. Yeah, I actually hit one stream hit 1.5k at one point. So 1.5k is now my peak with no raids. Yeah, and then like if I stream like in about an hour or two into VOD reviews, sometimes they get like 1,000 now, which is like genuinely like really nice. Like genuinely really nice. I'm very thankful for people enjoying the content, you know. Because I get to do those VOD reviews. Like I want to do those VOD reviews anyway. And it's just like 1,000. If 1,000 people want to watch them with me, then that's cool, you know. Yeah, we're It is a greenhouse, yeah. You personally watch from 3 devices. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm actually only on... There's only like 300 people who watch usually. Yeah, I'm gonna continue watching this one. I might come back tomorrow anyway and do a VOD review, because I haven't... There's some games I missed earlier on in the tournament, and some maps I missed earlier on. And the way I co-stream is that I'm not going to be locked in to the full details of both these teams. It's a lot harder to watch live than it is to... Oh, thank you, Mr. Coconut. Mr. Coconut. Tier 1 sub to Velasco, Bot Quiet, Impulse Killer. Impulse Killer. Impulse Killer 805. Watash and Kaimulato. I really appreciate that, Mr. Coconut. I like your name. I don't know why there's 2 T's, but I do like the name Mr. Coconut.
And it's time for our second match of playoffs. It's the China #1 seed, XLG Esports, facing off against the America's very own Sentinels. Of course, I'm Golden Boy here, back on the desk. We got Kakuka and Mimi. We're going to yap about some video games for a little while. Thank you for joining us here. Now, folks, it's going to be a crazy day here. I'm excited for this one because we got a wild story coming out of the Chinese region with this XLG lineup. Kakuka, this is a squad very similar to G2, right?
Yeah,
they're an Ascension team, and they have found success. And we're used to seeing EDG in this position, but instead, it's a different set of letters put together to form a word.
Time and time again, we have been surprised about how the Chinese region has been surprising us in Valorant. First, it was EDG, but for this tournament, it is so special because we're speaking about everybody making their global debut, orgs going into this global spaces for the first time, because back in the day, even when we had lock-in, only 2 Chinese teams were invited. So we're speaking about literally the first time for the orgs even being at this stance.
And every single event we've had in CN thus far, EDG has won the trophy. Every single global event, they have come in as the #1 seed out of China. This is not only the first time a non-EDG Chinese team is coming into this tournament as the #1 seed, but it's also the first time that these players will make their appearance at a global event. It was truly an unexpected run to make it here. Yeah,
Cinderella story without a doubt. Now they find themselves not just hoisting the trophy in the Chinese region, but also...
Where's Victoria, by the way? Did she... Oh my god. Is that... I don't know. Thank you, Kexi, the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. What's my go-to fizzy drink? Mini in 2025 drinks 0 drinks only. If I didn't drink 0 drinks, it would be Dr. Pepper or Coke Zero. No, Coke, Cherry Coke, sorry. In a sugarless world, I drink a lot of Pepsi Max, but I like Cherry Coke Zero the most, I think.
About teams, oh, they were able to dodge this team and this team.
Cherry Coke Zero is probably my favorite.
The position that they are. It is not the case for XLG.
Yeah. But they are coming in with a substitute playing on the roster. YOU is not going to be here for Masters.
I have Dr. Pepper Zero is okay. Me and Boaster really like Dr. Pepper Zero in Berlin. There's 2 different types though. There's 2 different formulas, and the packaging's different. There's one Dr. Pepper Zero that's taken over that tastes like shit, and there's one that tastes amazing. And we're struggling to find, when we were in Berlin, we were struggling to find the good version.
That is so crazy, the fact that they could choose to go up against any of the...
Do I like root beer? Not really. Root beer is not very popular in the UK, and I think I've only ever had it once.
I think that we have to go back a little bit into what you were saying, not having...
Do you like the taste of zero? Just want to not taste sugar. No, I prefer sugar.
We could say that for some of the players in this team, but especially
I used to like the Lucasade orange zero drink too, but it's really hard to find this one nowadays. It's not very common.
Leaves us with a lot of questions, right?
Yeah, if you look at this XLG team.
So XLG, like just for some lore behind this team. Some lore behind this team, we talked about yesterday. This guy used to be Cloud and Dirk's IGL back in the day. Before we stole Cloud and Durka. They generally were pretty good too. Like that's a bad loss to pick out, but they were generally pretty good. Where's the other win? Where's the wins? Didn't they beat fucking Gambit at one point? They beat. Oh, they beat. He wasn't playing when they beat Gambit. Ironically, SLK their coach was. Their coach was SLK too at the time, who was my assistant coach in 2023. And is now the assistant coach for Vitality. So Hoya, I don't know how to say his name actually. Hoya now coaches XOG. Open the hype chat. Hype chest. Golden Kappa. Golden Kappa, guys. Get your golden Kappas in the chat.
Carry this team potential. Not carry, but really shine.
The thing that is definitely
do you drink Tarek?
to deal with all the things that are against him, like having to change a player.
Is he Pep Guardiola levels? Who?
The other things the teams have been doing. But
Does you not being in XOG really mess with them? I'll be honest with you, like straight up, I've not watched much China at all. So I can't really comment. My statistically, you is not a superstar. Sliggy seems to think that he was very good at setting up Raga though. What is Tarek? Try search what is Tarek. Oh, it's a real thing? Bro, I thought you were just misspelling Tarek's name. A popular hot milk drink. I've never had this before. I don't drink much tea. I went through a phase recently where I was sick a lot and I was drinking a lot of tea. It does look good, honestly. I mean, I'm generally adverse to hot drinks, but I don't like coffee, but I like tea. And I like British tea, and I like non-British tea, like non-milky tea too.
Ahead of his Masters debut. Let's have a listen.
Did your sickness period coincide with your time in Berlin?
Now, I think the question on everyone's
Actually,
mind
no.
Being seed 1, why did you choose Sentinels out of
But like, I think in a weird way.
Well, today is our coach Hoyo's birthday, so you know we gotta give him a good birthday gift.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Like, it didn't coincide with my time in Berlin, but the weird thing is that like, because I'm at home, I feel like I get sick because I'm like not in Berlin, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there really is that thing where like, you work really hard and then you go home and then you get sick immediately when you're home, or like you work hard and then you're stressed and then suddenly you realize that you're sick at one point, you know, like. But no, most of it I was just at home, to be fair, when I was getting sick. I mean, okay, I also did get sick in Berlin when I was there this year, but the tea phase was at the start of this year. At the start of this year. I was watch partying Bangkok, and I was very sick during Bangkok, I think.
Right there was narrates. I think that the fact that the vibes are back for the side of Sentinels, we know that makes a massive difference for them. But them being alongside Gen G, 2-0 qualified out of that group stage, as you're saying, just going up against the other two Chinese teams, they could go 3 for 3. Why not? You're Sentinels. That is the way you do things.
Oh man, yeah, this Sentinel squad comes in with a lot of hype, as they always do. But we got to go back to the things that we were chatting about before, right? That you got this team that's had time to really put together some stuff here. This is pretty scary. And you also have, as we talk with all these teams, some really, really strong key players on the squad. One of those individuals, without a doubt, is got to be Zelsis, right? Because this guy is really, and he shaved his head, which, by the way, I'm very proud of him for that. As someone follically challenged, I feel like he did that in solidarity. But the jokes aside, though, he still has hair, but maybe not for long. Now, of course, so look, the reality is that Zelsis, he may not be the guy who puts up the craziest amount of stats, but he can, and he's also the guy who's going to be there as like the moral support for the team as well.
Yeah, you say that, but he did have some really big.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Absolutely, yes.
And
we have to put account for the amount of times that he stands up.
True, because he was pretty much every round. His energy, I think, was so key for Sen. They had some tougher games back in Americas. Played 1-2-1 in the
honestly,
as well. And
something I'm just talking to Alex. Honestly, very surprised that G2 went for the comps they did.
solo anchor position.
I honestly expected.
Huge amounts of energy to the team.
I honestly
keeping them in
expected.
these matches. When they bombed out of Bangkok, they talked about the fact that like the team.
I don't want to say I expected more, but I expected something different at least.
So wrong for
It was very, very, yeah.
In Toronto.
And let's also see if that
Split to me, that comp is I have a soft spot for that split comp. I have a soft spot for that split comp. I don't mind it. The Lotus I was not a fan of though.
A very solid tournament up into the grand finals.
Who knows? Who knows? But Yinsu had an opportunity to catch up with the man himself, the Vibes Merchant, to get his thoughts ahead of the match.
I've got the Vibe Merchant himself, Zelsis from Sentinels, with me today. Now, Zelsis, I really love seeing all of the beautiful friendships you've been able to make so far in this tournament.
I'm glad that Yinsu is still here doing interviews. Because I know she was there as a host at the start.
Who's going to be your bestie in this one? How do you win
I'm glad that she's doing interviews.
But without losing your perfect record?
Rarga, I guess, is going to be my bestie. I mean, I'm going to try and get in his head because I think he's like their superstar. So I'm choosing him as my bestie.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you and good luck.
The bestie debuff.
Zelsis has the strategy to get
like unironically, usually those interviews.
In the server, but you don't got Tejo, no
I sound like I'm going to flame everyone else who does them now, but
and look, this is really
usually I don't pay as much attention. But when Yinsu does them, I feel like I'm more locked in. I feel like all the questions she's asked today have actually been. I've either been interested in the question or the answer's been good, and therefore the question must have been good.
From Morocco to Canada to go to school in Montreal, and then kind of got the opportunity to get into Valorant there.
Golden Boys are the host.
In the online era, and then finally
Jen is good at interviews too. I think Jen's style is a bit more.
But now gets to come back to Canada, play another event as this leader, and try and push Sentinels through, which I think is such a.
Jen's best when she does fun interviews, I think.
Look at also where he has come from, when he started to where he is right now. Ready.
I mean, they're all very good. I can't give in.
IGLs in the world, time and time again, every single time that we go to a tournament, this is one of the pivotal parts of.
Is KO in a good state? I don't think KO is very good.
Superstars here or not, you need to get into his head if you want to win against Sentinels.
What were our predictions again for this one?
Oh, Power tried to. Power tried to help me.
GG, motherfucker.
Okay, I got it.
I did as well. I think the pressure is going to be.
1 sec. I need to turn up. I'm getting very cautious about stuff. 1 sec.
Especially in a new meta with a sub.
That was good from me.
And it's also wild too that we didn't even get a chance to talk about second. That's just how stacked all of these players are, folks. But you see that time ticking down. It's now time to jump into our second match of the day, and let's bring out your two teams. You have the Sentinels and XLG.
Alright, is this gonna upload though?
GG, motherfuckers.
I should tag Sliggy. How do you tag someone in a post? I don't know how to tag someone in a post, man. Anyone smarter than me? I don't want to at Sliggy. Wait, is atting the same as tagging them? I thought when you take a photo of someone, you know on Twitter when you take a photo of someone and then like you put like instead of atting them and it comes up in the post, it just happens underneath the picture. I've just been tagging the photo, yeah. Like guys, let's be real for a second. You've all fucked up and you're trying to tell me the wrong stuff. And you've called me boomers and now you look stupid.
This could be a terrible day for Americas.
There should be a tag button. Yes, there should be, and that's what I'm looking for. You guys suck, man. You guys are the worst. There is a tag option when you post. Thank you. I'm asking where it is.
You know, kind of a question mark, right? XLG, that was not in the pool in China, so they're going to be coming with something fresh on Sunset.
Yeah, and then...
Do I actually have to, like, open up my Twitter just so you can see? Where is it?
XLG were taken, especially on that playoffs. It was that Lotus, but now Sentinels get to play that Sunset that they have already picked in the past, and that Lotus. I do not know how to feel about the Sunset pick. I want to think about the time, and then wanting to bring a surprise.
You need to tag before you hit post. Okay.
Yeah,
Why not?
You look at this team, I mean,
he's in his element.
Those XLG players, they're stepping on a stage like this for the first time at this scale, away from home. And for Celsius, it's
Now
just
what?
another day. So comfortable in those positions, trying to get in
Tag
the
people.
heads of
There we
those
go.
XLG players.
Thank you very much. We got there eventually.
Sentinels here, but you know what though? There had to have been a reason. There had to have been a reason for them, confidence-wise. They felt like they can take them. I mean, obviously, they said it was the clout.
I don't think I should have tagged him really, but it's Sliggy, so it's kind of funny.
From a technical perspective,
If it was anyone else, I wouldn't tag them.
here that XLG could very well be keeping under the hood to maybe catch Sentinels off guard. Who knows what that could be? But of course, Sentinels, they have a lot of hype here. And what I'm worried about is if that hype begins to die down because XLG starts winning those rounds, how does that play out in the mental? How does that work out in the server? There's a lot of question marks here, Mimi.
I think that's really from Bangkok to now. Players like John, like Zels is really stepping up. In
Someone made a meme
yeah, no, very good
of me, Alex,
what a
and
turnaround that this
Sliggy.
has had. And of course, they're no strangers to going up against Ascension squads and needing to deal
These
with
three
those
guys put in the
teams.
levers, just
So,
put down a new track and tied someone onto it deliberately. I thought that I thought that like the joke was that like I might support Heretics for some reason and Team Liquid, whereas I don't care. I'm all behind the train. We're train lovers only.
Like I like the fact that they can come in with a surprise, that there is no way the Sentinels can prep for whatever is on the
Now delete it.
But Sentinels
Nice.
have already had such good showings in the Sunset. So for them,
What's the
this
veto?
is looking so favorable. But at the beginning of the day, I thought the same for G2 and PaperX. Like that veto looked too good for G2, and it feels like on the other side of the world, things are looking better for the other teams.
It is interesting to consider XLG's position here. Most of the time when you're a debut team at a tournament, you
Sunset,
pressure, right?
picking Sunset into
Sen?
Sen?
They won their
Is that
region.
a thing?
Now they have their chance to live up to that.
Is that a
what
thing?
XLG has done in the past. And looking at the composition here, seems like XLG, as they did in the past, kind of going with the meta. A double initiator look with Rorga on that Neon.
I mean, no surprises, very vanilla in that sense. I mean, I like the fact that Rorga is going to be in something that gives him the mobility. I believe he was the first waylay that we had in one back in the division is definitely there. But they're playing it pretty safe for what I expected them to do. I expected something like, I don't know, the deadlock and whatnot.
Like,
I love the deadlock on this map.
Yeah, that was kind of perplexing. We saw the draft come in and the only map select, and we're like, oh yeah, you know, XLG. Wait, XLG picked Sunset. Wait, they're debuting on stage. This is a gamble here that XLG are running.
But I don't think
That wasn't the main roster, bro. It's one player. Bro, it's one player. You don't like. Are you saying that you guy was so bad at Sunset? That's why they lost Sunset.
Into supporting him. This should be a really good map for him to start.
Oh, that wasn't main roster. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, it was like, okay. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Imagine if imagine if I played against XLG and that was my basis of analysis would be like, yeah, 13-2, yeah, that's shit, Sunset, not playing that. And I just left it there. And then that was my map veto. It was just like, yeah. And I didn't actually realize. Yeah, I heard you was quite good. Yeah, I heard that. He must have been like an impact player because statistically he was looking like just his like base VLR stats were not like superstar kind of player. It was more supportive, I guess.
All right, folks, we're all locked in and we're ready to go. Toronto, let me hear you as we send it over to your
Yeah, I'll watch this match.
my coworkers from Americas, Uber and Wyatt.
Sentinels have been on a bit of a side quest.
I'll be honest with you. What?
Chinese team Gauntlet ends with the final
What? You can't.
Shinlai Gaming.
Bro.
But what's crazy about this is they just ascended. I mean, 6 months ago, these guys are playing in tier It is absolutely mental. And to get here from China, 8-match wins.
My Breach and Judas Show are having a common language is usually good. I didn't realize. You can speak the same. You can speak Russian? Stream it audio too low. Could yeah. I can speak English, yes. I'm sorry, I had to do it. If it goes to third, I might not watch the third because I'm tired. And I want to play League of Legends.
You know, curiously, after banning it in their first game against Wolves, they have an all-time 75% win record on this map. XLG on the defense here. Raga gets flashed onto the corner, but Bang is waiting for him. Coconut chucked a little bit low, but sticks it. Hangs around.
Okay. John.
Makes quick work of Midi as well.
John is an impact player.
With Coconut.
Have you seen those stats where it's like his ACS is like 170 or something, but his RR is like his rating, his VLR rating is RIAR are like ludicrous.
Relay Boltman aware that Zekin is still on the corner, and eventually there's going to be a multi-swing coming his way. He has to know it. Still not here.
League sucked me in. Not really. It's just that none of my friends play video games anymore. They just I'm not gonna say what they do, but they don't play video games anymore. And like a bunch of us have been playing League. The Billy, Hypo, Hazard, etc. Okay.
Picking up where he left off. Now that was a 20 for 8 that he dropped on Billy. The first time that Sen played Sunset in this tournament, he was lethal in that game. White hot right now. This is how it plays out. A lot of individual moments in this pistol round. It really comes down to John here. I mean, you can see the XLG players, they are swinging for each other there. They are double-faced into him, but they just can't connect the shots. And the IGL, who has also been individually in really good form, got a lot of multi-kills in that aforementioned Billy game, turns up already too. Watch out for Shilai Gaming on these eco rounds, folks. Astonishingly effective when it comes to the thrifties. BLG felt it firsthand, getting thriftied 5 times over their last series against XLG. Tagged. There is no free round against this team. Raga, when he picks up that Sheriff, is so dangerous. But what I like from XLG on these rounds is that they play it basically like they still have a full buy. Really strong fundamentals in these rounds, really great trades. He's also saw this late lurk in mid though, wants to find a timing with that stinger after the spike's been planted. And he's heard the obvious rotate through Boba.
There.
Oh, sorry.
Coming. What do they want to challenge though to the outlaw? It's a tough ask. Zekin's able to cut them down and then happy to walk away. It's on Midi and Coconut.
Sideshow's battering up every XLG kill.
For the latter.
What is he?
And Midi says,
really?
You know, yeah, I think we're probably pretty cooked here. John though would love an early rolling thunder. He's about to get more than he bargained for potentially on this swing out, and yes, we'll be dropping that stinger away. Zelsa should be quick enough here to take the kill. Midi will be unaware, not on the line. That's XLG.
Every time he says MIDI, I keep thinking that Uber is saying mini.
Nice little shots there with that outlaw backside denying.
Pull up his Twitch.
Raga wanted to create some space, but was picked off before he could even really get through that.
Nah. Honestly, you guys should be watching Sideshow right now.
It's looking good for Sen right now.
Why does this man
they want Zekin with a rifle in
do
his
this?
hand so he can be the space creator, get it deep, take strong duels around the, with that strong weapon, take duels.
Should we just leave it in the corner?
Sen might look to show presence early.
Are we allowed to do this?
That's the standard top mid smoke thrown.
Ah.
I'm interested to see how effective Midi is going to be in this breach debut for him.
I'm kind of distracted now, though.
Trace his team this year. They're play off the fault line here.
Kind of distracted.
Their way on towards this B site. C's thrown in. Happyway is going to be forced to remain in this position. Paranoia though coming through.
Sorry, I'm more interested in him. What does he do? Oh my god, what a flood.
John brought down in seconds. Raga finally joins the party, but his team has paved the way. Look at that from XLG, the way that they all just swing out of that dark cover together. What is so
what?
Fundamentals.
What does his wife think? What does his wife think?
Making individual mistakes,
I'd
on their own.
I'd be
I'd
be considering my choices.
They love to push out of smokes together. Look at the way that they're able to support Happy.
I like how I said that like I might have done like a little fake coal shoveling thing. And Pansy was like, yeah, you'll ruin your career if you do that. And this man is just half naked, smothering butter over himself. And his career seems fine to me. I think his career seems okay.
XLG don't want to try and play for halls here. 2 players in alley. It's an easy position to smoke off.
I can't have this here. I'm just going to be watching this the entire time.
Sweepyway wanted to linger. Bank can obviously TP across the side. They've dealt with this tripwire. Here comes a rolling thunder. This will force the players out of Valley. Now XLG have
I might just raid him. Honestly, I'm not paying attention, and I don't know if I care. I think I might just do VOD review tomorrow. I just raid Sideshow. I think he... Don't go. Yeah, but if I... I'd rather just VOD review. TMV's eating edible glue? Really?
3 players from XLG, 4 in fact, set up, and Zekin is here to mow them down. One more for the Blood God, he says, I'll have them all. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna raid Sideshow, I think. He deserves it for this nonsense. Right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. I'm not gonna raid him actually. I'm not gonna raid it. If you want to go, I highly suggest you go watch Sideshow. I'm not gonna raid. I can't raid him. Yeah, I'll see. So I'll be back tomorrow for some VOD reviewing. Probably this series, okay? If it's a blowout, then maybe we'll add some other maps in or something. But yeah, I'm really fucking hot. Like really, like I can't concentrate at all. Like I got sweat pouring off of me right now. Yeah, raid him. No, like it's fine. We don't need to raid. So yeah, if you're interested in VOD reviews, you can come back tomorrow. I'll be around midday-ish. I won't be watching the games tomorrow. So yeah. Sonia added it. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming, talking. I'm sorry to have like fucked you around a little bit with starting this co-stream, but not really committing to it. I think it'd just be better if I VOD review tomorrow. So yeah, catch you guys in a bit. Go have fun. I'm gonna go eat.